Good morning, Sassy fam. Welcome to your Sunday check-in. I hope you're well. I hope you are. Fabulous. Today's check-in is for the situation, a reading that centers around a situation that may or may not be happening for you, how you feel about it, thoughts on the subject, and the potential outcome of it. Like always with the situation, as with any tarot reading, take what resonates, leave what does not. All right, you guys, let's talk about it. We got a lot of stuff going on, astrologically speaking. Well, the first thing is really a calendar item. It's March 1st. I'm still processing that.
And shocked and offended.
Where did February go? I'm still dealing with February stuff. And time is like, no, we're in March now. Deal with it. Catch up. I'm struggling. Second, and this is a big ticket item, March 3rd will be the next full moon in the sign of Virgo. And not only that, it's going to be a blood moon. I understand it's supposed to be a brilliant red for up to, if not a little over, an hour. Yes, I imagine it's going to be quite the sight to see. The second item, we're technically already in it, like that anxious kid in class, hand up. Oh, I know. It's the Mercury retrograde. That's right. We're already in it. February 26th to March 20th, which is appropriate, I might add, because March 20th we enter Aries season, which is going to propel us forward once more. So I'm that person. I have a very different perspective on Mercury retrograde. It's ideal for shadow work. That natural feeling you get of the past stuff washing over you, through you, the uncomfortable stuff, that's all the shadow stuff, that's all the moon stuff. Saying, hey, person, human, deal with me. I'm those emotions that you've been able to set aside. I'm those thoughts, those feelings, those memories that you've been able to sweep under the rug. But I'm coming back through, and I need you to feel me, express me, learn from me. And humans are like, no, let me focus on all the stuff that's going wrong right now and blame it on the Mercury retrograde. We do this intentionally to distract ourselves from what we're feeling. But I promise you, you are just as likely to have that slip or that accident, whatever. Your ex is just as likely to call you during the retrograde as they are outside of it. Those negative feelings that come up, that represent the past, it's all unfinished business. And the more you focus or hyper-focus on external stimulus, the more that you ignore your inner workings. That will come back again for the next retrograde. Those sensations come back, sweeping through for you to deal with. Put it to rest, and it haunts you no more. That's it. It's a very elaborate spiritual way of saying cleaning house. But people who deal with their shadow shit, a retrograde is just any other day. It's any other month, it's any other season. Frankly, honey, from my point of view, the only Mercury I'm interested in is Freddie. And when people make contact with you, that difficult family member you haven't talked to in 10 years, that ex you had an uncomfortable breakup with 2 years ago, that's them processing their own shit. That just means they're feeling their stuff and they're processing. And they might try to make contact with you. It's as bad as we allow it to be or perceive it to be or interact with it. Remember, you get to choose your own level of participation. So if you don't like what's coming through to you because someone else is doing their shadow work, you don't have to accept it. You can reject it, but don't neglect yourself. And don't allow yourself to become distracted from your own work, please. This is how we retain our moon energies and thus create shadows. For everybody else who kind of knows this, you're not threatened by the retrograde, none whatsoever. You just see it as your opportunity to clear house. We have so much energy flying around right now. We're in the new Lunar New Year, Year of the Fire Horse. We're about to enter the new zodiacal wheel as Aries season approaches. So there is a lot going on energetically. I promise you, there is so much more potential for forward momentum than there is going backwards. Always. Remember that. Wherever it seems we get pulled back, I promise you the potential to move forward is 1,000 times more and stronger, because once more, time moves forward always. And you along with it. So make sure your mind is forward, your spirit is forward, your emotions are forward. You can't go wrong. But if every now and again you take a step back and look at your shadows, that's fine too. I'm anticipating a lot myself. It had nothing to do with the retrograde, none whatsoever. It's more in that forward momentum. So much to look forward to. In fact, I was looking at my calendar overall comprehensively for the next 6 months, and I said, you know what? I'm seeing a lot of work items here. And in that spirit, I was like, I think we're going to book a little summer vacation. And I did. Boom. So yeah, we got vacations coming up, and I'm planning summer break items for my daughter. So it's just, again, all that stuff Forward momentum. Move it out there. Perceive yourself in so many months, and where do you want to be? See it. And it's either correct for you or it's not. That's it. Miss Missy, Cinnamon. She is being very much a teenager right now. Cinnamon, she is willfully ignoring me today. So she's a big fan of her food that she has every day. Eats it, no problem. Except for today. Today we're protesting. She ate about half of it and then asked for a treat. You need to learn the art of negotiation, honey. All right? You give, I give. Why don't you come say hi to Sassy Fam? Come say, and then you will have technically earned your treat. Would you like to come say hi to Sassy Fam? They have not seen you in forever. Send them in. The direct route to get what you want is to understand how you can give to get it. It's the law of attraction, Cinnamon. This is all I talk about all day, every day. Willful, that one. Willful. We'll see. We'll see. A little coaxing. Maybe I can get her on camera later. She is deliberately ignoring me. Oh, gosh, the Huskies. I love that, though. I love that. A lot of people want highly trainable dogs. And let me tell you, Huskies are trainable, but they have a very strong independent nature. Sometimes they're just not gonna. And it's not for you to force them. But yeah. Oh, yeah. You want a compliant dog? Do not get a Husky. Personally, I love it. I love the independent spirit. Because I identify that, so I'm not surprised. I'd want an animal who reflects it. And that's Cinnamon. For the most part, she obeys. For the most part, she abides her training until she doesn't. I love it. I absolutely love it, though. I do hope, I hope I didn't bore you with the lecture. Retrogrades, guys, they're as big as a deal as you make them out to be. But do keep in mind, the more people insist this happen and this happen and this happen, I can't help but wonder, how much distraction are you allowing in your life? That way you don't have to deal with something that's inside you. I hope this helped you, like always. And I will see you next week for your Intimate Tarot readings. That's right. Channel favorite. Oh, yes. We'll have Big Red out and everything. And speaking of, once more, Big Red. Try to catch that full moon on the 3rd. I can't wait to see it. All right, you guys. I will see you next week for your Intimate Tarot readings, and I will see you at your sign today. Take care. Be well. Leo, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Leo, please. The situation, Temperance. How do you feel about that? 5 of Pentacles. Okay. To consider, 8 of Cups. Okay. Yeah. Outcome is 4 Swords. Oh, yeah. No. I want you to stay right where you are. The Leo I'm looking at, you know. You know. You already know. I want you to stay right where you are. It's in the space of healing until you are ready to do otherwise. That's it. Temperance is a situation. You're healing, but you're struggling with it. To be quiet and calm and insightful, consolidating those difficult thoughts and feelings. It looks like you're at the beginning process of it. So this is when it's most turbulent. Okay. People who are more or less identify as being done with temperance, they show me the willingness to open up and start making inquiry, start looking at new things. Yours is like, nope, 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 not this, Leo. I'm at the tippy top of this whole process. I'm upset, I'm hurt, I'm disillusioned, I feel abandoned. I just started the process of emotionally detaching. Keep your expectations low, Christina. No, it's not about me, it's about you. I'm just happy to see that you're actively doing the work. And the outcome stays the same, 4 Swords. Oh yeah, you just started. It looks like you just started. So whatever this is, I am sorry. But from what I can tell, you're already doing the right things. So keep that going, all right? Create that peace for yourself in as much as you are capable. Don't allow too much to disrupt it. Take the time that you need, so on and so forth. Let's see, Temperance, please. You look upset. Whatever this is looks very official now. In other words, it's already affected the 3D. It's still distressing. Like, how did this happen? How did this happen? How did this happen? I understand. Page of Wands, Eight of Cups twice to consider, Queen of Swords. Okay. Okay. Good. All right. So that tells me you are intellectually acknowledging what happened. You're like, yep, I was there. I understood. I understood that I was emotionally detached and becoming numb to this situation. I understand it was best that I walked, or they walked, or we walked from each other, whatever this entails. The 3Ds already happened, or it's in the process of happening. But you're like, no. Look, I've been here. I knew this was coming. I knew I was going to have to do an evac. I knew I was going to have to walk. I knew this thing was getting shut down. I knew. Intellectually, my mind was already around it. I got it. Okay. It's like, I knew I was going to have to walk. I know. But the reality's here. And you're dealing with the fallout of it. How much it sucks. Oh. I say the mental resignation, that's good. We got to start somewhere. Something's got to start the process first. Mentally accepting something, emotionally accepting something, physically accepting the reality, spiritually accepting where we are. It looks like for you, it was your mind that acknowledged all this first. I see what's going on. I'm not stupid. All right? I know I have to walk. This thing's breaking. How do you feel about it? You still feel hurt, cut off, abandoned. Okay? Or that you yourself had to do the abandoning and it still sucks. Okay? It still sucks no matter how you slice that cake, honey. It's a sucky cake. Abandonment. Either something's breaking from you or you're breaking from something or situation. Either way, the cake sucks. Nobody likes that flavor. Okay. The Empress, the Sun, and the Four of Swords. Yeah, okay. You're saying this is in your best interest. You know this. You acknowledge it. Okay. Four of Swords is over here in both categories. Man, good for you. You're all over this. Excellent. Even though I insist it looks like you're at the tippy top of this thing, you seem to be mentally prepared to do what it is that you need to do to accept this. And you can't put a price on that level of spiritual resolve. Okay. You are a pretty empowered person then. That takes time to cultivate that practice. This is definitely one of those situations where please allow me to accept the things I cannot change. And you're really showing that. I knew this was coming. Can't change it, not supposed to. In fact, my job at this time is to let this go, to walk away from it, call it quits. I know better. And you're right, this is a form of empowerment. They're the things that we can change. Send them in. They're the things we can change, right? And the things we can't, and this is one of those things. In fact, I think many of you insisted upon the break, even though it hurts. That seems how reinforced you are. Fortified, mentally fortified, spiritually fortified. Cinnamon, did you have something to say on the subject? I didn't think so. We're still being grumpy. Okay. You got this. You got this. You got this, honey. You got this. To consider that same Eight of Cups that you were so aware of. Let's take a look at that. Right here, too. You even said, I'm kind of looking forward to that healing. Maybe I can have some peace and quiet. I hear you. I can recover something of myself. Recover my power, my pride, my sense of overall well-being and happiness. Yeah, I got you. Okay, Knights of Swords. Okay, that must have been very draining. I'm not trying to throw them under the bus. They did it themselves. They must have been very draining. Knight of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, the Shadow. They must have been very fucking draining and demanding and non-changing. My way. That's why you're exhausted. Trying to meet this person's never-ending demands. That's, by exhaustion, I mean emotional exhaustion. This is why you were checked out, and this is why you acknowledged it, and I think this is why I said many of you are prompting the break from this. You know what you need to do, and that's what explained why you're showing me so much. And no wonder you said I need to recover. Recover my power, my sense of dignity, my own fucking happiness. That's definitely not you. That's an outsider. You know who it is. Always trying to fulfill that person's demands, and it's very demanding. Lots of demanding. 3D, my way, supply me, give me my comfort zone, my way. This is how I do things over and over again. It's very tiresome, and it's very inflexible. Okay. Well, no wonder then. You were so prepared. No wonder. This is a matter of getting your power back and your dignity back. They must have been hugely draining on you. Okay. Remember, guys, don't feed the machine. The machine is endless. Don't feed the machine. And don't go back to that. I know some of you, I just know. I know some of you, because you're so used to feeding that. Don't go back to it. Don't compromise yourself. You walked. Stay that way. That's not going to change. 4 Swords. Ten of Pentacles, the Emperor, strength. That's you, baby. Look at you. Look at you. Fuck yeah. Look at that. Ten of Pentacles, the Emperor's strength. Look at you. Look at you. Look at you. That's you. That's your empire. That was a fearful mechanical leads that had one job and or function. Now, I don't like reducing a person to their worst parts, but they did it to themselves. You provided the structure, the foundation, the comfort, the way of life. They fed off of it. Remember, it's a 2-part system. The one who creates it and provides it, and the other person who feeds. Don't enable. I know you thought you were taking care of them. Thing is, care, a proper Queen of Pentacles gives back. Because they understand their own worth, and if they're connected to someone they believe is their worth, they give back to them what they are given. It's a healthy exchange. This was not a healthy exchange. It exhausted you, trying to meet their needs. Okay. 10 of Pentacles, you, strength, the Emperor. You showed me in and of your own right, the Emperor and Empress. So you're that person who can appreciate both of your roles of empowerment, both the feminine as well as the masculine. Congratulations. A lot of people struggle with that. But I'm glad to see that you're standing firm in your power, and you're resting on that 4 Swords twice, both in your roles of empowerment. Reassuring yourself, I created this. This is my source of strength. This should be my pride, and they turned it into my weakness. Or I allowed them to, or I enabled them, or I fed them for I don't know how long. Okay. You take back what is yours. Stand firm in your conviction and belief of the self. Don't go back on that. The next time, I'm not really looking at anything for you, but the next time this Leo falls for anybody, make sure that they can give back what they are given. Otherwise, you're just feeding somebody. Endless wants, demands. I need this to be comfortable. I need this to be secure. They never are. Ever. That's feeding a machine. They have work to do, and it has not to do with you. Not anymore. You're your own person now. You supplied all that. Remember this. This is your pride. Don't allow anyone to take from your pride again. They need to add to it, but they definitely should not be taking from it. It was self-sabotage. Oh, I know. 2 parts. Remember that. It's not just about who's taking. who's allowing to give to it. Once you recognize the pattern, stop engaging in the pattern. It's self-sabotage. Hold yourself to a higher standard. Hold yourself accountable. I see it. I see what I did. I won't ever do it again. Separation, longing, and illusions up. Some of you, Leo might be your Neptune placement. Might. But the illusion is over. It's over. The rose-colored glasses are off. And the separation, and this is really interesting, and longing are in reverse. You no longer desire this person. Even in separation, you don't long for them. You don't want them back. Very good. Excellent. No wonder you were so fucking prepared to heal. I still insist you're at the top of it. But the way you see things now, you'll have a good healing experience, I'll tell you that. It will not be long-winded. G, Q, Z. We have the medallion of Sag. You might have some very strong Sagittarius in your chart. Could be connecting to. The season might be important to you. If anything, I guessed you would have Aries in your chart. But yeah, I would wager you're a double, triple fire sign. Yeah. And we also have the fox. Clever, fast, quick. Either you're the fox or they are. Clever. Maybe going into the realm of manipulative. Okay. Child. Medallion of the child. Some of you have children involved, or I'm looking at the child qualities. Either the pro, which is vulnerability, unconditional love, or the negative, helplessness. I'm a victim. Take care of me. I'm a dependent, even though I'm, by all rights, I'm looking at what should be a functioning adult. They don't seem to have any problem speaking or acting, advocating for what they say they need, even though it's false with the shadow. Okay. Leonie, I do hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Sag, what's up? Show me Sagittarius, please. Show me Saggy. The situation, the Hierophant, how you feel about it, Knight of Wands, to consider, Page of Swords, outcome is the Sun. Well, you look happy. You look sprightly. It's interesting because the contrast here is in the opening, the situation. Your higher self, your beliefs, your traditions, your norms, what you hold and value as near and dear to you, something worth believing in, i.e. commitment. Okay. I see that you tend to have a lot of rules and regulations for you, which is good. Those are your belief systems. But yeah, you have something here opening up for you that's a little bit more off-grid. You like the idea of opening up to this. It makes you feel good. It looks like a new sensation. And you're wondering if you can give yourself authority or permission to open up to it. And commit to this. Is this where I want to take myself? Is this what I want to allow myself to do? Knight of Wands, how you feel about it? Excited, actually. You look very excited, turned on, alive. Page of Swords, that which to consider. Very small perspective, so I'm curious to see what that is. The Sun is in the outcome. Happiness, warmth. Very happy. You're glowing. Okay, let's see that Hierophant. Ah, of course, that makes sense then. Death, Wheel of Fortune, the Star. Your Hierophant is being re-envisioned. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Oh, isn't that something? Look at that. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Your Hierophant's being recalibrated. Mind you, it's not overnight. It's not like a 24-hour thing. This took time. Wheel of Fortune automatically said, this has taken time to get you here. That's okay. I'm not laughing at you. It's the energy, how it presents itself, and sometimes it can be very blunt. Not always very subtle. Now, let's be clear then. I am looking at an ending here to one's traditions, values, norms, or commitment. However, you used to personally identify to commitment has changed quite a bit. There's an ending here, but that wasn't the stopping of you. No. That was the transformation of you. And that took some time. Wheel of Fortune, the star, your sense of commitment is being reborn as we speak. Navigating under a new star, a new desire. So it's not that you've lost this idea of commitment. No, it's just being redefined. I have to say, it's shining in a new direction, a new point of desire, one that you want to reach for, belong to. However it is you used to personally identify a commitment, that's over. And your obligation in the past, there is over as well. But your Hierophant would reach for something new now and commit to that. You still have values, you still have traditions. It's just where they are assigned, or rather to whom they are assigned. Well, that's changed. And I have to tell you, that ain't bad. On the other side of that transformation is the star. It's nice to see the Hierophant spruced up from time to time. It doesn't change too often, so it's kind of precious, actually. All right, how you feel about all this, Knights of Wands? I have to say, yeah, you want to open up to something. There's a search there, and you feel it. You feel it. Very strongly, actually. Let's see what the old fire pony's up to, and the Knight of Wands there. The Queen of Cups, Six of Swords, and the Empress. Okay. Yeah, your desires have shifted. I saw that here. It's in here as well. Your desires have shifted. Previously, your passion, your desire, your sense of direction, okay, and that includes your speed here, which is fast, used to be aimed towards your heart's desire. That has since moved on, and it's now being redesignated into the form of the Empress. So, long story short, who you find yourself sexually and emotionally attracted to has shifted. And it's wrapped up into this idea of the Empress. So someone who is very loving, unconditional love specifically, highly productive, well thought of, has an amazing reputation. Someone who produces, like I said, is well known for that. Possibly a maternal figure. Oh, yes. That's the second time you've shown me this is where I was. This is where I'm going. And it's the embodiment, it seems, of the ideal. Your desires have shifted quite a bit. Who you find yourself attracted to and why has changed a lot. You experience your sense of love and passion and even your commitment in much deeper ways than you did previously. Therefore, they're going to imprint upon different people outside your standard, outside your type, aiming more for standard. Okay, a new standard. Okay, let's keep going. I need to see this Page of Swords to consider. Let's see that Page of Swords, please. Strength, Knights of Pentacles, Ten of Swords. Okay, you don't need to give that too much thought then. That's an old ending, and you're saying I've worked through it. If anything, you're saying I'm stronger because of it. So that which to consider. Those of you who might sometimes feel tempted to linger on that ending, are you done with it? The answer is yes. So you don't need to consider it too much. You've taken your time with that ending. You know it's done. You know it's complete. Your will is strong. All right, it's done. There's no need for that ending to hold you back. You're free. You're free to pursue a new star. You are free to pursue a new passionate and loving interest. You've changed. And you're ready. So that Page of Swords was a very interesting position there. That which to consider is very small, actually. You don't need to give too much thought to that old ending. You've processed it. Your will is strong. You're ready to move forward. The Sun is in the outcome. Seven of Pentacles, King of Wands, Seven of Cups, and there you are. Openly expressing yourself. It's no longer theory. This is the application. I see you being open to love. Seven of Cups, Seven of Pentacles. You're not going to rush the process. You want to enjoy yourself, and you should. So you managed to temper that fire quite a bit. King of Wands, you're still lit up. You're still very excited. But you're saying my path is my own now. So this is still individual. It still speaks to the individual process of opening up, but feeling stable about it. Don't jump into anything too fast, too soon. Let's just be open. I've got a steady path here, Seven of Pentacles. I'm excited, and I want to keep that excitement going. Okay? But yeah, you're actively exploring, actively opening up, and you're doing so in a very steady way. But I like how that you feel warm about it. Yeah. Long story short, guys, I see you pursuing options. Now, here's the thing. As you pursue options, please do keep in mind your tastes and whom you find yourself attracted to, emotionally as well as physically, have changed. I cannot begin to emphasize that enough, which in my eyes, this is a good thing. Whatever your old type is, it's done. You're reaching for a higher standard now. Please don't forget that. You seem to have a very strong impression of what your partner should look like or feel like, or how they should exist in the world as someone who is very loving, productive, okay, and empowered, which is good. I like that. Your tastes have been refined. That means you, how you personally identify, has changed too. All right? Just please be aware that you've undergone a great deal. You still have a sense of the Hierophant. It's just the next time you choose, you're going to choose very carefully. From a standard, not a type. And yes, that to consider, that ending, it is done, it is complete. Don't second guess yourself. You're ready. Okay? Okay. Saggy, honey. You're excited. You are. You are. You have so much natural warmth in you. You might have a lot of fire in there. I love it, though. All right. Listen to your intuition. Always. Always listen to your intuition, honey. And speak your truth. You have real expressions. Be honest in your expression. Listen to your intuition. Always say what you mean. And that includes your feelings. Always. Don't hide your expression. Don't hide who you are. Okay? Fear and anxiety. Oh, many of you have overcome that. I'm not worried about it. That's why I didn't fully drop. Whatever fears and anxieties you've had, for the most part, you've worked for them. And you might identify personally as someone who has anxious tendencies. Okay. That's not holding you back, though. Anything else, please? Counsel, therapy, good. Chaser, excellent. Very good. Very good. I love that. Some of you have done some real good work here. Counsel, therapy, spiritual work, however you want to do it. Light work, etc. With your priest, with your therapist, with yourself. You've done some deep work here about that kind of chaser energy. Some of you might be prone to it. I tend to chase, and I tend to chase the wrong type. Or the last time you had an attachment, Let's say you were married to them. It felt like you were chasing them all the time for their emotional selves or their sexual selves or something like that. You're always in the position of chasing, and that never felt good. And those absolutely do happen in a commitment, yes. Sometimes that runner-chaser dynamic can end up in a commitment. Yes, absolutely. And then you play that dynamic out for what seems like indefinitely. Somebody's always in the position of running, and someone's always in the position of chasing, except it's legal. That can absolutely happen. So some of you identify in that old commitment, and whatever that is to you, of always being in the position of chasing someone's emotions, affections, time, effort, energy, sex, whatever it is. You know better now, right? That's why I see you pointedly opening up and feeling good about it. You're having fun in there. I want you to have fun, but also taking your time. You want to select a good one, a real good one. Someone that doesn't have you chase, it would not put you in the position of chasing, because it's after a while it stops being fun. You know, it's not exciting anymore. It becomes this chore to ask or beg for someone's affections and attentions. You're still chasing, even if you're married. Who needs that? No more. That was very specific. We have the letters B, Q, N, and then your arrow right there. That's the arrow of Sag. Good. So you have some very interesting Sag in your chart, particularly your rising, North Node maybe, maybe Venus. And then we have the Tree of Life. Yeah, the Ten of Pentacles, your foundation is very important to you. You're a stable person. You are. Your roots run deep, and you intend to keep them that way. So the next time you select a partner, make sure that they know how to drive those roots in as much as you do. Okay, Saggy honey, I hope this helped you. Congratulations. I'm happy for you. I'm glad to see you're no longer emotionally and physically attracted to whatever it is that got you hooked into that dynamic the first time. No. Your tastes have changed considerably. And yes, somewhere between you taking your time, healing, deliberately healing, I know you're ready. I know you are. You seem to have that kind of discipline about you. Discipline of character, very consistent. I don't think you'd be putting yourself out there like this unless you knew for 100% that you were ready. So I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aries, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Aries. The situation, the Five of Cups. How do you feel about that? Nine of Wands. To consider the Fool. Outcome is the Queen of Cups. No, you don't have to stay here. I know it's a delicate subject for some of you, but yeah, you don't have to stay there. Five of Cups, a sense of sadness for the past. Spilled cups. It's out of our control. It's part of our history now. That sadness, the emotional baggage, as I call it, with the Five of Cups, we all have it. We're going to feel it from time to time. Process it, learn from it. Just don't stay in the past. And I know that it's something of the past that still hits you today, and it knocks you back into that space of pain and hurt and disappointment. But it is in the past. It can't hurt you anymore. I hope that they, you... take into consideration the advice here, the Fool. But that's up to you. How do you feel about Nine of Wands? Yeah, you get angry, you get defensive. Whatever it is that rolls up on you, pisses you off all over again. You get angry again, the walls go up, defenses go up. When this happens, this is sure to follow. Now, I'm not saying you don't have a reason to be hurt, sad, or disappointed. Of course you do. And I'm not saying you don't have a reason to be defensive and angry. Of course you do. Thing is, do you want to be like that all the time? You deserve more. You deserve more, Aries honey. When you experience this, it gets reinforced. Nine of Wands is the repetition of behaviors. to consider the advice. Full new beginning. Fresh energy, fresh spirit, fresh eyes. Seeing yourself and your situation differently. And stop looking towards the past and looking towards yourself and your future. Outcome, Queen of Cups. Yeah. You could have a fuller, richer heart that's open to giving and receiving love again. In whatever way that means to you. Doesn't necessarily have to be in love. But yeah, outcome. Your heart could be open positively for yourself first and then others second. We don't have to stay mired in that, you know. Let's see that Five of Cups, please. But I know it's a touchy subject. I'm looking at you. I know. And you've probably experienced it for yourself. You know, people have told you, Aries, get over it. Haha, thanks. Why didn't that ever occur to me? Fabulous advice. And that's not what I'm telling you. I'm not saying get over it. Whatever it is has happened. What I'm saying is, see yourself differently. Okay, this happened. Yes, it sucks. And maybe one day I'll work through these feelings, but today's not that day. Maybe I have a new beginning. Something. And I allow myself to feel good about it. You know? And that, you might be surprised. You might find in time, this just doesn't matter anymore. Let's see that Five of Cups, please. Page of Swords, Knight of Cups, Two of Wands. It sucks, because you think a lot about where your heart used to go. And that idea hasn't changed much, the Page of Swords. So a Page of Swords really only has one of two interpretations. It's often associated with spying or observation, and I'm sure that's true for some of you. But it's also the smallness of an idea. I see your memories trapped in time. By how you used to feel, and that's what hurts you so damn bad. You used to feel soft towards something or somebody. You used to feel romantic towards something or somebody. And you think about that a lot. Present day. Two of Wands is present, but these are old memories. It's like, I can't believe I feel like this now. It used to be so different. I know. You used to be very vulnerable. In some way or another, to somebody somewhere, you used to be soft, romantic, and vulnerable. And you can see that so vividly. And it hurts. That's what causes the pain. The comparison. Nine of Wands. I ask you how you feel about it. Well, it pisses me off, actually. It makes me defensive. That was the last time I was soft on anybody. That was the last time I was vulnerable. And it makes you mad. It's like remembering how you used to be vulnerable pisses you off. I get it. I get it. Ace of Swords. The nine, excuse me. Ace of Swords, Nine of Swords, Three of Swords. I know I'm looking at... I know I'm looking at a classic case of heartbreak. And you're fire, you're Aries, okay? So I'm not surprised that when faced with sadness, what you're showing me is anger. Your fire sign. To be clear, you'd rather use your fire more positively. Passion, hope, energy, movement, flow. But it kind of got stuck on this old record, and you're tired of listening to that record, honey. You're so tired of it, but at the same time, you reinforce it. And I tell you why. There's something here about the vulnerability piece. The Knight of Cups is the only knight associated with vulnerability. The vulnerability piece is what really gets you going. It's hard, honey. You know. In some ways, I think Aries is as good as a water sign, like an emotional imprinter. It's hard for you. But once you are, oh my gosh, you will fight and die for the one you love. So it's hard for you to have that level of vulnerability, because that means you put all of yourself into it, including all your fantastic fire and protective powers. So what happens when your love, your object of affection, your person of affection isn't there anymore? Who do you fight now? Get it? You're fighting yourself. So let's change that thinking from fighting ourselves to fighting for ourselves. I want you to fight for yourself now. Everything begins with the self. So the love and vulnerability and care and your fiery nature that you used to show someone, put it back onto you. Don't fight yourself. Fight for yourself. Advocate for new energies, new sensations, new experiences, new beginnings, because you're worth it. The past is not worth your present self, because that throws your future under the bus. Do you get that? The past is the past. It's done. All we can do is learn from it. But we're not meant to get lost to it. And I see you still get lost to it. And when you realize that, you get mad too. So, the present needs to be for the present so we can have a future. Our present selves does not belong to the past. So I know you know what happened. If I ask this Aries, tell me what happened, you could give me a time, a date, the circumstances, where you were, what you were wearing, what you said, what they said. But what it all amounts to, all those details, when I put them aside, it all leads up to one conclusion. This plus this minus this plus that minus this equals heartbreak. Okay? It's heartbreak. It's very fancy language, very fancy reading for heartbreak. And you still struggle how to deal with it. Well, I'm telling you, it begins with you. Give yourself permission to consider the Fool. You are your own best interest. Protect it. Allow yourself the freedom of a new beginning, because you're worth it. Because you deserve it. The past isn't. Past is done. And think about it, even if you could have the past back, think about it, whatever that is, whatever it represents, it was right next to you on the couch. Would you really want it? It's something you need to know. It's coming up soon. I don't typically take fallout cards. But I saw the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Wands, and that's just when I knew. It's something you need to know. This month. Don't get lost to the retrograde. It's such a fucking cliche. Process this crap. Get it out of your life. I'm sorry, but you don't need it. You'll have residual feelings. You'll deal with them in time. Just stop getting lost to them. This month, you have the potential here for someone like you. 2 aces, 3 cups. It's this month. I'm telling you, it's this month. I don't think it's a reconnect. No. I think it's the opportunity to connect to new. Yes. And someone like you. And the freshness of spirit. It is your opportunity to be the Fool. It's your opportunity to take a chance on yourself and risk, and if that's what you want, I want you to have it. I just don't know that you know, nor are you necessarily convinced from where I can see you. That's beautiful. It's powerful. It's fresh. And even if it's someone you've known before, that's not the point. It's what it represents now in the present. So I don't know it's necessarily the one you associate with heartbreak and constant disappointment and frustration and agitation and living for past self, and this is how I used to feel and this is what I'm working with today. I don't know about all that. I don't think so, no. Like I said, even if you could have that past version of these feelings back, would you really want them again? Seems to me it's extremely disappointing and long-winded. But that fresh. So I don't know who it is you have the potential to connect to. I just see that it exists as a very strong possibility. I think the only other, well, it wasn't even this round, but I want to say it was the last check-in. I want to say it was Taurus. It has such a strong definition of March. Yours does too. That to consider, and you may not be aware of it. You have the opportunity to open up beautifully, powerfully, wildly. And a very striking connection. But you have doubts. 7 of Swords, 10 of Wands, 4 of Cups. Depending on where you are, you may not take it. 7 of Swords, 10 of Wands, 4 of Cups. It seems that we're still hurting and nursing this. So this is what I'm saying, guys. The past feeds the past. That's all it can do. If we're more active with the past, we learn from it, process it, let it go. But remember this, past feeds the past, new feeds new. And hell, that could even be someone you know. It seems to fall together pretty easily. But the point is that the freshness of it suggests this hasn't allowed to thrive or open up before. I know water and fire mix here beautifully, or has the potential to, but then I see that same Queen of Cups in the outcome. Tarot doesn't dictate action, you do. Tarot's the proof of choice, not the absence of it. I still see this Queen of Cups not open to any sort of experience because we're still nursing this. It's just as deflective, just as frustrating. I only want you to do what's right for you when you're ready. But Aries, honey, at some point it becomes a choice to allow yourself to be ready. It's not a choice necessarily to get over it, but it is a choice to allow yourself to be ready. I don't want to nurse this wound anymore. It sucks. It's time consuming and it makes me fucking miserable. What do I got to do to get out of here? How do I get out of this joint? And that's when our desire to do the work kicks into high gear. But I still see something here from the past that drains you. It's still draining you. Still emotionally giving to it, and it still hurts, honey. It hasn't changed. It hasn't changed its fucking tune. But this, the vibrancy of it. Please allow for this possibility, maybe in March. But once more, I just point things out. I don't tell you what to do, okay? I want what's best for you. And the cynic, someone I'm looking at, you might be very cynic, say, oh, it's all doom and gloom. Yes, it is. I don't want it to be, though. Okay. I don't want it to be. Is that it? So it's some of you waiting for the apology? I find for the people that we insist we need an apology from the most is the one that you're least likely to get it from. That's why we have to do the inner work and provide healing for ourselves, not rely upon an external source, because I promise you the bad guy never knows they're a bad guy. That's why. You know, there's something to be said for that, and I mean that in a good way. Given my background, hopefully you know this is my background. I was a therapist for a long time. This is a good thing. Whatever it is, your spiritual advisor, your therapist. Oh, gosh, I don't know. Whatever it takes for you, honey. Yeah. I don't want to see people stuck like a needle in their groove, their own particular record, and they're tired of hearing that record. Push and pull energy. It's like in reverse. We don't have to do this. We don't have to do this. Codependency, important conversation. There's some things here we have not talked about and we need to. Okay. There's things here we absolutely need to talk about in codependency and feeding into that. Perhaps we're not fully aware of it. I would dearly love to know what that is, though. Where are we? I just said March. It has the potential to exist in March and slow. Okay, all right, never mind. It's all right. All right, it's okay. All they're showing me is that there's a lot of fears around here, and this bright spot, I want it to be yours one day when you're ready. Okay? We have the letters G, A, S, U, and the Pegasus is in reverse. Currently, we feel like we're in that space where we don't have choices. We don't have options. That's not true. We do. It's when we feel we have the least choices, when we actually have the most choice. It's just critical and therefore doesn't feel fun or luxurious. In other words, it's not easy. Some of you in some way are still tied to this, even though I'm seeing it as past. But you do have choice. Ten of Pentacles, the Tree of Life. I know your foundation's important to you. Your roots run deep. Remember that. It also tells me you're not alone. You have people in your life. Use them for what they were intended. Love and support or resources. Aries, I do hope this helped you. I do. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aquarius, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Aquarius, please. Show me Aquarius. The situation, the Lovers. How do you feel about that? Oh, you have some very strong thoughts on it. Ace of Swords. To consider. The Shadow, i.e. D-Man. Outcome is the Ten of Cups. You're going to be okay. Oh boy. Yeah, well, the situation, Lovers, strong connection there. Very strong. We might have a poor attachment to it, a pattern. Because when I asked you how you felt about it, you're just like, well, it's more about what I know. Okay, fair. When it comes to these stronger connections, yep. If we've been observant, if we've been paying attention, we're going to have some information. Outcome is Ten of Cups, so I'm not too worried about you. All right, the Lovers. Let's see that. The Lovers. Page of Cups, the Tower. Ten of Cups. Okay, I got you. Straight away, Ten of Cups. You ID'd it twice. All right. So, it looks like someone here got kicked out of the old inner circle, and we have to make those decisions from time to time. The Tower suggests, well, perhaps we were wrong or incorrect to try to include them to begin with. And I think that's something you understand. It's like, no. Trying to get this Lover's connection to fit into my inner circle, like they had a place in it, that was my bad. Delusional thinking, folly, trying to prop up a false belief. Okay, the Tower. I believe the strong connection should be in my life in a more permanent way, Ten of Cups. They should be part of my inner circle, so that's family, friends. That can include spouses, kids, lovers, etc. These are people who show up in our lives in meaningful ways, mostly to do with love and support. Okay, that's the idea. So, inner circle. And there's times we want to expand the inner circle and include others. And I can see where you try to include this person. Okay, it's like, yeah, I tried to include them in my inner circle, family, friends. Turns out though, Christina, they're not a good fit. That was my bad. I was wrong about that. Okay. So it looks like I said they got cut out from you trying, and also you stopped perceiving them that way. This, you know what? They're not family material. They don't actually represent love and support. I thought that they would. I tried to insist that they would, but nope, that's my bad. Okay. All right. Ace of Swords, I think you figured it out. Those first couple of cards told me a lot. But while that might have been a harsh moment or harsh reality, where it's like, you know what, I have very strong feelings for them, but that doesn't mean they're part of my permanent structure. I don't know how that showed up for you in reality, but it was a harsh wake-up call, but a good one, a necessary one. Because it kind of frees you up from trying to make them fit anymore and lying to yourself about it. Yeah, they totally belong. They're totally going to be accepted by my family. They totally make sense there. Yeah. No, something's off with that one, honey. Let's see that Ace of Swords. Tell me all about it. 3 of Wands, 6 of Swords. I got it. Okay, you did the thing. So you did the thing. So not only did you kick him out of any more functionality, me trying to harmonize with you, in the greater scheme of things. That was my bad, right? You're going to take that one on the spiritual chin, if you will. It's like you told the spirit, put it on my bill, put it on my tab. Lessons learned, I'll stop. Okay, I got it. Over here, Ace of Swords, you're like, and to further my point, you put as much distance between yourself and them as possible. Literally, metaphorically, spiritually, all of them. All of them. Yeah, I got it. You stay over there. You. Former lover. Okay. It's very, how do you feel about it? No, it's what I think about it. Oh my God, what did they do? Jesus, honey. Did they embarrass themselves? And it really did. They showed you who they really are. But it was a showcasing moment where there were witnesses. It's like, this person does not belong in my life or my family. I was crazy thinking that they'd be whatever material. It's like you couldn't put enough distance between yourself and them. Okay. There's something here you were shown that once shown you couldn't unsee. You can't unknow it, right? And you would be a fool to try to do otherwise. The shadow, that which to consider. 2 of Pentacles, the Fool, 9 of Swords. Okay. There's something here about it giving them a chance before. Look, I'm all for second chances. But anything else after that, we are inviting disaster into our lives. You did it once, fine. And then you did it twice. Okay. You know, this brings to mind something that I know people are dealing with more and more of because we live in an online world. People are accessible now. It's not like it used to be, right? Where if you wanted to see someone halfway across the world, you'd have to pony up the dough to make that happen. You'd have to go to where you're traveling. Now, you know, we're a device away from seeing somebody. So what this reminds me of is the modern day, and God, listen, people email me every day with this stuff, comments, I get scammed. This kind of reminds me of that. It's like, what was your first clue something was wrong? Oh, they asked me for $50,000. And you've never met them. I've never met them, no. And you believe their excuses the first time, okay? And you re-entered willfully that relationship knowing what you knew. Yep. Did they ask you for money again? Mm-hmm. How much this time? So this, and I'm giving you an example, but it's actually not an extreme one. This is becoming it is very prevalent. This is one of those situations where you were given one strong example of why they should not be in your life, never mind in your family, and then you were given a second one. Let's be glad it stopped. When it comes to this one, I see your weakness, and I don't mean that as a rudeness. I mean, we all have strengths and weakness. When it comes to this one, it pointed out a weakness for you. You're willing to give this one a second or third chance that I don't think you would normally with other people. In other words, that connection in some way weakens your resolve, or your willingness to be very generous with additional chances that people don't necessarily deserve or have earned. Be mindful of that. Be mindful of that. That tells me approval is important to you. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but I can see where it plays into your weakness. Okay? All right. Ten of Cups is in the outcome. Anyway, I wanted to give you that example because people need to hear it. They need to get an idea. So I'm not saying it's yours as it resonates, as you identify. This could be that connection that you were deeply sexually attracted to and you thought it would lead to so much more, and then you made the mistake of insisting they go to the next family function or the barbecue. They got drunk off their ass and made a fool of themselves, pulled their pants down, pissed in the pool. You see what I'm saying? That's what as it resonates. My point is that they gave you a very strong reason to not continue to connect to them or give them another chance. Believe them. Okay? And if anything I described was like, oh my God, that was me, let me know. Sometimes I stumble upon descriptions that I think at the time are just going to satisfy people's need for an example. And it's like, oh my God, that literally happened. You tell me, if you feel comfortable. I can definitely see where this is. So, honey, you're doing the opposite, right? Of the Mercury retrograde. It's like, oh, no. No, no more. No more of that. Thank you. Good. I'm happy. Oh, look at you. Nine of Cups. Oh, bless you, honey. Nine of Cups, Queen of Cups, Two of Cups. There's so much love. Oh, goodness. Look at that. Everybody's supporting you. Everybody's just surrounding you in the outcome. After you offload, let's say for what it is, after you offload this individual, you are surrounded immediately by love and support, and you're just showing me gratitude, emotional gratitude and abundance. Oh yeah. Oh, you have a very strong, powerful inner circle, my friend. And mind you, that could be 2 people or 200. I don't know. It's not a competition. I don't care. The thing is that your Ten of Cups right here, is doing what it does best. Okay, showing love and support to those who are in it, who are part of it. When you kick this person out, look at that. Look at that. We love you, Aquarius. You did the right thing. This is you proving to yourself that you love yourself and that you love us, and you got that one out of here, and they can't affect you or us anymore. Look at all that. Just look at that. The quality, just the absolute quality is gorgeous. You've got a really nice circle, my friend. Don't take that for granted, and I don't think that you are. In fact, the fact that this person in some way negatively affected the inner circle, the way you reacted to it, it's like it's one thing when you're fucking up with me. It's another thing when you have the potential to hurt my family. I can't have that. And I think that's what allowed you to see the situation for what it was. But look at that. That's gorgeous. That's the kind of thing where people operate from a certain value. And it's beautiful, and it's admirable, and it's honorable. Will you have a kind of love of your own in time? I have no doubt. Clearly you're interested in bringing partnership, personal partnership, into your value system. I have no doubt you'll get there in time. And next time, may it be authentic. All right? Don't ever compromise yourself again or your love again. And I'm glad that you didn't allow it to cross your inner circle more than it already had. You cut it off. Good. Look at all that love and support. Goodness me. Okay. Yeah, practice self-love right there on the split. Have the courage to change. Practice self-love. When you practice self-love, people find the courage to change. In time, you have a new friendship. Okay. Remember, the oracles need to be taken with some laxity. But yeah, new friendship in time. Or you might consider this person to have been a new friend that you ended up in bed with, or something like that. I don't know. But facade, false beliefs, mirroring. They tried to act like you? Mirroring the false beliefs. So they were reflecting back to you family values that weren't actually theirs, or any sort of values that weren't there. They were trying to mirror you. Okay, that's what you call false mirroring. If I look like you and act like you, you'll accept me more. And that's how I get into your life, into your bed, into your resources, whatever it is. False beliefs, false mirroring. Yep. You got to remember your own self-worth, slow and steady. Jupiter for some of you. Aquarius might be your Jupiter placement. A fear to action, new beginnings. I know some of you are anxious about new beginnings. You'll get to that when you're ready to get to that. All right? In time. In time. And always based on self-worth. Never do anything until you're ready. Take some time out from this, heal from it, learn from it, so on and so forth. All right? You'll be all right. I, and 2 medallions, Libra and Virgo. You might have these very strong placements in your chart, could be connecting to, or the seasons might be important to you. Aquarius, honey, good job taking out the garbage. I know it was uncomfortable. But you know what? A few moments of being uncomfortable versus a lifetime of misery. You weren't joking when you said you got away from that. All right, I hope this helped. Take care. Be well. Gemini, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Gemini, please. The situation, 5 of Pentacles. How you feel about it, the Fool. To consider, Justice. Outcome is the 4 of Pentacles. Curious. I gave a chuckle because I'm like, well, if there's anyone who could show me that kind of mixture of energy, it would be you. I'm not laughing at you. It's just, it's peculiar. Let's take a look. 5 of Pentacles, something here is breaking. Okay, it's not doing so well. And your reaction is, yay. It's almost like this is my opportunity to get out of here. This is my opportunity to break away from this thing and be done with it. This non-functioning, whatever the heck this is. I get to go now. This is like the equivalent of your school bell, you know? Class is dismissed, school is dismissed. It's like, yay, I'm out of here. Okay? To consider justice, sense of fairness, spiritual, technical, legal, the karmic balance there. Possibly, yeah. Outcomes 4 of Pentacles. And then you're like, hold on. Okay, what happened? So, what's going on? Let's see that 5 of Pentacles, please. Let's see that 5 of Pentacles. Yep, the Emperor. The Fool. Oh, you can't wait to get out of there. What? You can't wait to get out of there. In fact, you're insisting. Oh, the Emperor, the Fool, twice, Knight of Wands. You're insisting that you get out of that broken something. 5 of Pentacles. Now, I don't know what the heck that is, guys, but it shows up as a 3D situation circumstance, okay? For some of you, it might represent a connection. It's up to you. It is very broken, unproductive, unhelpful, unhealthy, something like that. We tried to make something work. We built it up to a point just to be shown repeatedly, well, why we should step away from it. It's not a solid or safe structure, one that we can seek sanctuary in anymore. Okay, something that does not provide, does not give back, or is just poorly built into. Okay. The Emperor, the Fool, Knight of Wands. You can't wait to get out of there. Like you're adamant. I'm out of here. And you feel good about it. Honey, you're tripping out the door. It's almost like, ha ha ha, you can't catch me. Going back to that kind of schoolyard mentality. But imagine the Emperor skipping to that particular tune. Ha ha ha, you can't catch me. It's larger than life, though. Oh my. Oh my. I got to see this Fool. What is going on? What's up? Let's see that Fool, please. The Tower. Oh, dude. What is even... Dude. Come on, honey. This is a 4-card baseline. I was expecting all this today. Jeez Louise. The Tower, the Empress, Justice. Wow. Wow. Very elaborate way of saying, they're not my equal. Ha ha ha, ha ha ha, I just proved it, ha ha ha, I have reason to get the hell out of here now, ha ha ha, ha ha ha, ha ha. Justice has been delivered, my friend, wrapped up in a very tidy package called I Told You So. It's like really, there is a sense of karmic comeuppance. I knew it, I told you so, thank you for proving my point. I knew it, I knew it, ha ha ha, and now I'm out of here. I ain't got to stick around for this anymore. So there is this very strong sense of I was proven right. You have been recently in a large-scale, spiritual large-scale way, vindicated. There's really no two ways about it. And it's somebody who, up until a certain point, was building into a lie, a falseness of belief that they were your equal. Okay, that we're the same. They're not the same. No, no, no. You see the way you're kicking up your heels as you're leaving? You're doing a little dance on your way out. Playing hopscotch too. I mean, you are so... No wonder. It's like, I needed that. I needed this. Whatever this is. Okay, this tower came down. The falseness came through. Someone here is not our equal. We have evidence. It's leaning into the technical legal side of things as well, not just the spiritual piece. That's the biggest one by far, is the karmic balancing of the scales. This was going to happen. The eventuality of it was going to happen. Someone here was proven false. But I'm also seeing it as technical legal justification for the exit, the break, for which you are thrilled. Fucking thrilled. Now, for those of you, if it's not about a connection, then perhaps it's a contract that you legally have an out of now. It was probably a bad one to begin with, but we didn't realize that perhaps until later. But somebody who was saying this whole time that contract was fair, come to find out it wasn't, and we are much relieved. We no longer have the legal obligation to that contract. You see what I'm saying? This has real implications spiritually, technically, legally, be it within a personal context of a connection, or say something at work, in business, so on and so forth. Make sense? I couldn't make it any more plain. Yeah, the I told you so is really high on this one. And you're free. You're right. Whatever this is, the moment we got wind of it, that tower came down, you had irrefutable proof that you were right. And it freed you from any more obligation towards this, from this, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. Freedom. Huge rush of energy. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Okay. Somebody who was pushing that story, that theory really hard. We're the same, we're equal, it's fair, it's fair, it's fair. No, it's not. It's fair now. Now the tower came down, it's technically fair now. Yeah. Just not to that situation or person's advantage. Okay. But yeah, it's technically fair now. Oh yeah. This is where we say karma's a bitch. Now, mind you, karma once more is neutral. It's neutral, it's neutral, it's neutral. It is neither good nor bad. It's what you deserve. So if you were pushing a dialogue about yourself that wasn't true, truth is revealed, it's fair now. From their point of view, this thing was bad. I got revealed. From your point of view, it's good. It's what you earned, right? You earned the truth. But yeah, that's definitely, for whoever's on the receiving end of that, karma's an absolute bitch. Oh yeah. I don't know who was pushing that false dialogue like they were so perfect or empowered or the same. It's not the truth. I was squeaky fucking clean. Well, you are now. The truth is revealed, so now it is. It's all coming out. So, yeah. All right, let's see that justice. Here to consider. All right, let's move on. But yours is absolutely fascinating. I would love to do a full reading on it. All right. Justice. To consider. Ace of Wands. Queen of Wands, the Magician. Oh, yeah, it is fair. You're absolutely right. So not only were you manifesting the truth, it came through. I'm happy for you. I really am. This freed you more than spiritually, honey. There's something else about the technical or legal implication that also freed you. Okay. I'm happy for you. That's good. I'm on your side. I just want to understand. This is wild. I'm happy for you. Take this time, these moments, upcoming days, hours, whatever it is, to reflect on this. The Magician, Queen of Wands, Ace of Wands. Oh, yeah. No. This is what's fair for you. Not only did what you need to free yourself from this come through in a big way, your manifestation was justified, it also put you in line for a reset. So a new beginning. You have a lot of fire in your chart, by the way. I believe. You showed me that several times, so you might just be all fired up. But anyway, just to let you know, this is what you were manifesting. It's here, and it does free you. Ace of Wands, you look so light. So fucking light. Excuse me. That was an unnecessary fuck, but still felt right, so I went with it. Ace of Wands, Queen of Wands, yeah, you look incredibly light. Full of hope for yourself. Fresh energy, new dawn, new day. The whole thing. I'm happy for you. So what's this Four of Pentacles about in the outcome? What are we holding on to? Are we being conservative? What's going on here? Or you're protecting what you have? What's going on? Hold on. We'll see. Four of Swords. I see. Okay. Six of Pentacles. Okay. So you're going to take some... So that was intended. Okay. So you're not holding on to the situation of this person. That was my first concern, especially given your freedom. I don't want you to hold on to this. I want you to let it go. You will always have lessons to unpack there, but you can let it go, right? You're safe to do so. You've been given the universal green light for go. You're free. Okay? So I was wondering what the hell's that Four of Pentacles about? It's conservative effort, time, energy, effort, resources, and you're going to have, you know what? You're going to go through a little rest period. Four of Swords, Six of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. Now, mind you, you'll still tend to the details. You have balances every day that you need to do. This is inevitable. Everybody's got Six of Pentacles every day, more than what most people think. That's how common balances are. Most people think, work? No, there's a lot more than that. Okay? Running errands, picking up your kids from school, whatever it is, those are the balances. There are many in any given day. So you have those. Be mindful of those. But from within that context of self, I say you being very conservative with your energy. You're going to go within, take a break, take a rest, heal up, Queen of Cups. It's going to do you a world of good. Okay? So focus on the fundamentals, the bare bone structures of what constitutes your 3D reality. That always requires maintenance to some extent. But within that, you're going to take a lot more time for you and be conservative with any additional energy you have. That's done intentionally. I'm not telling you what to do. This is what you're deciding for yourself. You're going to get grounded here a little bit. Think about what it is you want to next do. But you feel great. You look great. So have a little rest period. Reflect on everything that happened here. I know that you are very anxious to start prioritizing your new beginning and work around your freedom concepts. I don't blame you. But get grounded first. Okay? I want you to love yourself, honor yourself, and then you'll figure out what's next for you. But I'm just happy for you. I don't know what I was expecting today, but this is wild, and I'm happy for the Gemini I'm looking at. Talk about a radical release, but I promise you, the big theme here for your reading today is that you were justified, and it also means your freedom. You were proven right. Open up, spring, some of you. You're going to go through a little minor micro hibernation period. You still got stuff to do, but for the most part, you're keeping your energy to yourself. And when you're ready to open up for spring, you will. Okay? That's that next energy I see for you. It's cooking, it's developing. So take your time with that. No need to rush it. But yeah, opening up in spring. I bet. I told you that's exactly what this is. See that? There's the storm. And this was divine timing in some way. The truth will out, as they say. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. But you had to trust in the divine timing. You received in some way evidence. Like I said, irrefutable evidence. We are not the same. None whatsoever. None. And now I'm finally free of you. They fucked up. Something happened. Couldn't take it back. DHX. And we also have the chakra. Yeah, chakras. Oh, for you. Yeah, for them too, but they're not going to appreciate that right away. But that's going to give them a big old adjustment to the spine, let's say. The chakra's like a spine. They got a big old adjustment. They'll appreciate that in time. For you, yours is pretty good. Yours is already pretty good. Ladybug in reverse. I know it probably felt up until recently you had no luck on this situation, and it wasn't about luck. It was about divine timing. You got to trust that. This couldn't have happened any other time, couldn't have been revealed in any other way. It's imperative. So keep that in mind. It's not always about luck. Sometimes it's about timing. Gemini, honey, I do hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Libra, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Libra. What's going on? Show me Libra, please. Yeah. The situation, 3 of Wands. How do you feel about that? The Hierophant. Okay. To consider, King of Pentacles. Yeah. Outcome is the 9 of Pentacles. Huh. 3 of Wands. Waiting. I'm curious to see why. You know my thoughts on that. And if you don't, I'll tell you. I strongly do not advise waiting unless you have darn good reason to. And I mean darn good, valid reason to. We're talking receipts, realistic expectations, boundaries are in place about what we're waiting for. Okay? How do you feel about that, Hierophant? I ain't going nowhere. This is important to me. I've committed. Okay? We're waiting on something, and we're committed to it. Ooh! Now, it could be commitments involved, true, fair. But right now I'm saying this as the higher self. These are my values. These are my traditions. These are my norms. These are my beliefs. And I'm prepared to act on them. Okay? You said, I signed up to wait. Well, it's official if you got a signature on it. Okay. To consider, King of Pentacles. Self-worth. Your time, your energy, your effort, your resources. So for those of you who don't know, I'm just going to point this out to you. Time, your time, is a resource. Just something to think about. It's part of your self-worth. If you're going to wait, you need to know that it's worth waiting for. And that goes back to the sense of self. Okay. Outcome, 9 of Pentacles. You look good. You look solid. You do. You look personally secure. Resource-wise. Financial-wise. Okay. What's going on? Let's see that 3 of Wands, please. Three of Wands. Let's say that 3 of Wands, please. 6 of Wands, Strength, 9 of Pentacles. I am a strong, proud, independent Libra. And you are. Very. Very. 6 of Wands, Strength, 9 of Pentacles. I can do this all day. Hey, you got a little punch on you today. A little bit of attitude there. 6 of Wands, the Strength, 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, you are saying I can do this all day. all day, every day. Oh yeah, you're fierce too. You're fierce as fuck. Let's make that clear. No, yeah, I love it. I like it. I like your attitude. I like that attitude. I do. I got an independent streak myself. No, we're talking the same language. Just why are you waiting? You told me you got the will for it. I believe you. You got the discipline. Huh? You got the strength. Oh yeah. You got the pride. Oh yeah. 6 of Wands strength. That's pride. Oh yeah. It's like you're very anxious to prove yourself. So what we waiting on? You showed me the singular self twice. But the Hierophant's activated, at least emotionally. So that tells me it's spiritual and emotional commitment here. Oh, I like it. You're a little fighter. I like that. You know, I feel like the world is filled with passive anything, just anything. What do you want to do? I don't know, but I want to do something. Where would you like to eat? I don't know, but I definitely want to eat. What would you like to do this weekend? I don't know, but I want to do something. You're not that person. Nah. You're that person. You have a strong sense of self. You know what it is you like to do. Okay. You know a lot about yourself. You filled in a lot of blanks. You're very defined. You're very defined. I would say that you would self-identify as someone who is disciplined, physically disciplined, okay? And you have a lot of self-discipline in the overall sense. You got a healthy dose of pride, too. You know these things about yourself and you find comfort in them. So what are we waiting on? The Hierophant. The Chariot, King of Pentacles, the Hermit. You are so grounded. You are so freaking grounded. Dedicated to who you are, certainly. You're very patient. Oh my goodness, you are so patient too. Patient, resourceful. Gosh, you will not be moved unless you want to be moved. Very attractive. The Chariot. It's almost like you're waiting patiently to spring into action. And you say, yes, it's absolutely tied to my sense of self-worth. So patient, look at you. Very considerate, very deliberate in your actions. You must have a remarkable BPM, beats per minute. Eight of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, the Lover. Found you. Found you. It's like, what? Come on. Come on. Stop fucking around with me. Get to the reading, man. I found you. Ooh, I don't know what kind of Libra you is, but I mean, like, you're different. You're different. You're a different Libra. Got you. I freaking got you, bro. Sis, whoever you are. It took me a second. I was tuning you like a fucking instrument. And you're an instrument that's set in your ways. I'll tell you what, you are hard to tune. But I'm getting you. I'm getting you. Yeah, you're going to talk to him when you're ready. I'm not saying you have to. I'm not saying you have to. So you're very different Libra, I'll give you that. And I would strongly suspect you have a healthy dose, Lots of earth in your chart. A lot of it. But I tell you what, when you're ready, you're going to talk. Eight of Wands, Five of Pentacles, the Lovers. To consider your worth. This is what you have been waiting for, delaying, putting off, constantly checking against yourself, regulating. Is it worth it to me? Is it worth it to me? Is it worth it to me? Let me know right now. I earned that shit. Did I get you? And that, what you must have, like, is Libra your Venus? No. No. Maybe? I don't know. Let me know. I don't know if it's in your big three or your big four or your big five, but anyway, you let me know. Libra's your Venus, maybe rising. Oh, you're tough. You're a tough cookie. But let me know if I got you. Let me know if I got you. You have been for some time waiting, rather delaying, watching, looking, regulating against the self. Do I want to talk to them? Is it worth it to me? Is it worth it to me? Does it represent me well? Does it represent my self-worth well? I gotta know. I won't move. I won't budge. I won't pick up the phone until I know it's worth it to me. I'm not saying stubbornness. It's different. Pride, yes. But it comes from an advanced sense of self, all right? Is it worth it to me? Is it worth it to me? Because I tell you, showed me that chariot. You could spring forward on a dime if you wanted to. If you wanted to. You know you could. You had the power to move. You still do. So that which to consider. Eight of Wands, Five of Pentacles, the Lovers. You will when you're ready. But you already know that, don't you? You're still in the process of seeking confirmation from the self. Why is it such a high volume? You already know who you are. You know what makes you you. Why are you thinking about it at all? I would maintain you already know the answer. You're just putting out an insurance policy on self-interest, on self-worth. So you are quality. You are quality. All right. Pumpkin. Cinnamon, you want to come say hi? All right. Let's bring this one home, shall we? What's her date? Maybe you don't have to tell me, but you have a date. I mean, not like a date with them, or maybe you do, but I mean a date in mind, like as in a calendar date. It's kind of like saying if I don't do it by this date, I'm probably not gonna, but it's not really about that. It's not about the time constraints. It's not about pressure. It's like if I don't know my worth by then, if my willingness to talk to them is worth it to me, if I don't know, if I can't identify with it personally by then, and I can't see myself realistically investing in it by then I'm probably not gonna. Fair. But it is a strong connection. And it does speak to you personally, deeply. That in and of itself can constitute an argument of worthiness. Perhaps your pride elements get in the way. But above all, it's like if I step into this, I have to be willing to some extent to take it somewhere. And is that what I want to do? Now that's the appropriate question. But I see a number flashing in your mind. I believe. 8. Maybe. I don't know. Throwing it out there. Nine of Pentacles. But I'll say this to your credit. No, I'll give you credit. It didn't occur to me to give you credit until right now. You didn't show me. Well, hold on. They say you didn't show me the star. You didn't show me manifestation. You're approaching this concept from the self. Only you can decide if your love is worthy of you. Which means if it's a yes, you're in some way worthy of them. Only those two people can figure out if they are worth each other's time, energy, effort, etc. Okay. And judgment. There it is. There's the decision. You're open to the decision so long as it's the right one. Okay. That's it. For some of you, it means closing the door. For others of you, it means reapproaching it. I have never seen so much put down to that lover's. I mean, you must take it very seriously. You take yourself seriously, that's why. I would love to get more of a profile on that person. I get you, though. If I open that door, the communication, that means in some way I had to be prepared to take it somewhere. And I got to know that that's what I want for me. Because I have to invest in it in some way and then maintain that investment if they are agreeable. What do I want from this? Right? And the judgment, there it is. Oh my, someone is fancy. No, but, yeah, so maybe I'm right. Maybe Libra is your Venus. Oh, honey, you know. Some of us have the talent. No, I'm sorry. I know my worth too. And let me tell you, it's just new. Yeah, Libra's the Venus, or you feel that you could be connecting to a potential Venus, i.e. your Empress. I strongly suspect, looking at you now, you are heavily combined Libra Taurus. But Venus, however, still, knowing one's worth. Counsel, therapy. Always seek good guidance, counsel, therapy, spiritual guidance, whatever that is. You see always as the opportunity to gain feedback about yourself, learn about yourself, and then operate from that knowledge, which is good. You are always your best investment, first and foremost. Okay? But you'll know in time. You really will. So I'm not worried about you. Look at you, honey. You're a force of nature. I know force of nature when I see it. You didn't ask for help from the universe. You're looking to you and your own counsel on this one. So I respect that. It's like I'm holding myself responsible for this decision. I take pride in myself and what I do. This isn't any different. So no shortcuts for you. I respect that. I do. M-N-U. We have the ladybug in reverse. Yeah, we're not asking for luck or help on this one. You want to figure it out for yourself. But to consider. Oh, goodness me. That does look like a good conversation. Potential. I hope this helped you. Put in the conversation. Yeah. I saw this amazing reading from, or tarot reading from this lady on YouTube. I gotta tell you all about it. Put it in the comments. I hope it helps you. Take care. Be well. Taurus, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me, Taurus. The situation. Ace of Swords. How you feel about it. Seven of Swords. To consider. Ace of Pentacles. Outcome is the Knight of Pentacles. There is a situation that's presenting itself as legit, factual, emphatic. Here's the truth. And you're like, I sincerely doubt it. I don't know why, but that hit my funny bone. Because the Taurus I'm looking at, privately. Seven of Swords is on the inside. You're looking at this situation, this fact, this truth, this information. You're like, that's a crock of shit. That's what that is. But it's quiet. It's on the inside. Only you can register it. And I'm sure on the outside you're not giving anything away. But inside you're like, okay. Sorry, that, as you can see, that definitely hit my funny bone, because I can see it. I can just see it in real life. I can just see it. Taurus. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Totally believable. Everything you're saying is totally believable. Something like that. So whatever this is, you're showing me trust. I don't trust it. So you might be going like this, leaning away. Okay. To consider, Ace of Pentacles, babe, do your own thing. There is some sort of opportunity here. It's got your name practically written all over it. That is your master symbol. If you can't get on board with this, line yourself up to that which you can't believe in. Something that has some real world believability, value, promise. Ace of Pentacles, doesn't get much more solid than that. So there could be something else here that you can sign up to, that you can actually believe in, and that you can actually move forward on. And for some of you, that will be the case. Knights of Pentacles. So it looks like you have a couple of things here to consider, to ponder. One, you strongly suspect is bullshit. And the other one is actually feasible. Knights of Pentacles. And then I say you choose what's right for you. You go on your merry way. At your own pace, obviously, always. All right, let's see the Ace of Swords. I don't know what that is. I don't know what this is. But your reaction, though, is fucking priceless. It says a lot, though, Seven of Swords. That internal dialogue, that gut instinct you have. Now, mind you, Seven of Swords, all right, in all truth, not only is it like the disbelief, okay, I lies, I don't know about this, I don't think I can trust it. It can also be the first time we see doubt that can lead into harsher areas, okay. In other words, false thoughts, false accusations, but we're leaning into it, trying to talk ourselves out of a situation, all right. This is, you don't believe that Ace of Swords. All right. You don't trust it. Ace of Swords. So go with that instinct. If that's your first inclination, then it's probably correct. All right. Ace of Swords. The Sun, Knight of Wands, and the Nine of Wands. I can see why you're not fully taking to this Ace of Swords, because even though it's presented in a very warm, friendly way, it's a bit pressing. Think of it as, well, a high-pressure sales job. Whatever this is kind of pressing fast, and that's not your speed. That's not your style. It's like, hey, this is super warm. This is super happy. It's going to benefit us. It'll benefit you if you get involved. If you take on this Ace of Swords, this particular truth, it'll make you happy. It's going to go places. It's going to go places fast, very fast. But you'll be happy. But pressure, Nine of Wands. Pressure to do this now. Pressure to sign on to this now. Pressure to believe in this now. Pressure to put faith in this now. Pressure to adopt it as your truth now. It's a happy pressure. It's, honey, it might be this, that, and the other. It might be all that in a bag of chips. But the thing is, it's not speaking to you. This is not how you operate. This is not how you do things. This thing wants a decision. It wants a decision today. I don't like pressure either like that. It's like, yeah, you're telling me it's going to be warm, happy, sunny days with no bad weather. You're saying it moves fast. I believe you. Problem is, you want me to make a decision the next hour or day, and that doesn't work for me. And, you know, if you're anything like me, and I believe you are, you want to know the ins and outs of something. And you're like, this, you know what? If this requires me to sign up today, I think I'm going to pass. I'm sure it's a great opportunity for someone else, but me, not so much. Let's take a look at your Seven of Swords there. So I don't know what this is to you. Could be situational. Hey, Taurus, get involved in this. Circumstantial. It could be a connection, in which case they're really trying to impress a point upon you that they say is truth and that is happy and warm, but at the same time, it's like, come on. Come on. Come on. Open up to me. Come on. Now or never. Yeah, that typically doesn't go down well with people. Open up to me very personally right now. Come on. Pressure, pressure, pressure. So, as it resonates, guys. Seven of Swords. King of Cups. Five of Wands. Four. Yeah, it's not shaking with you. It is not shaking with you. So please trust your instinct. I don't like it either. I don't like it either. It really is coming across as a bad sales job. High pressure energies. High pressure. Big smile on the face. Best possible outcome. Happy, happy, happy. Pressure. Decide now. And you're like, no. No. You're not just no. That's not a no. That's a fuck no. Hey, King of Cups, five. There's a difference. One is strong. Declarative with a period. Fuck no. King of Cups, Five of Wands, Four of Pentacles. Don't cross your instinct. Something about this feels really wrong, and so it is. Okay. Look, typically you have a very open heart, which is good. Five of Cups. You're willing to be open to different things, situations, people, etc., with a quiet sense of grace and dignity, which is beautiful. But this is causing you a ton of conflict. Five of Wands, Four of Pentacles. It's kind of like if I lean into the Ace of Swords, it's going to come back on me in some way. I will have to fight my way out of it, or I'll have to fight to hold on to it, and I don't want to. I just don't want to. It's like I don't want to deal with the consequences of this if I agree to it. Or if you say yes to them, it will always be an uphill battle with this situation or person, and there's truth in that as well. But this, mind you, is all on the inside. You're regulating all this information against yourself, your instinct, your thoughts, your initial impressions, your emotional self. Yeah, but I don't think you're wrong. I think if you agree with this, it will be a constant uphill battle with this situation or person. Yes, I do. I agree with you. You just know it. You just know it. So go with that. I'm not saying doubt take over you. I'm saying I don't believe this. Yeah, nor should you. And I'm glad that you're doing this, actually, because if you hadn't shown that Seven of Swords, and this is the pro of that Seven of Swords, because this doesn't feel authentic to you, because it doesn't feel correct to you. If you had to nudge yourself into it, force yourself to do this, then you would have gone into a Five of Swords, and that would have been self-sabotage. So let's be glad that you have that Seven of Swords. You know, you might be accused of being too distrustful, or you never give anything a chance, Taurus. Sometimes those defense mechanisms, mentally or otherwise, work for a reason. So, Ace of Pentacles. This is asking for faith, lights, and these are all good things. But also pressure, spontaneous. Ace of Pentacles. Two of Swords, Four of Wands, the Fool. You're like, I'd rather something else, anything else, really. You're like, no. You know what I'd rather do, though? You're not justifying yourself to this person or situation. You don't have to. But you're showing me, I would rather, shot in the dark, I'd rather take a chance on a new relationship, something else. Four of Wands, it doesn't tell me too much in this position. But it is something that you can take seriously. You know, it's like, look, I'm confused. I don't I don't want to participate in this. What I feel I can open up to is some sort of relationship. Now, Four of Wands is defined by two people, so I'm not convinced that it's been defined. No, not at all. With the Fool and the Ace of Pentacles, it's more like the hypothetical, that which to consider. So if you are going to open up to new, since that seems to be an opportunity for you, you'd rather take a chance on a new sort of relationship, a new sort of connection, whatever it is. It's like, I would rather do that than that. So be it. Yeah, because whatever it is you choose is going to cost you something. Time, energy, effort. And if you sign on to this, you kind of have an idea already what you're going to get into and how difficult it will be. And it seems to run contrary to your nature. So let's not contradict ourselves, right? So it's like, if I'm going to do new, I'm going to do the new that's right for me, right? And that's the new I can get on board with. And the new that I'm looking at for this Taurus seems to be geared towards relationship energy. And that's a perfectly good and valid goal. You know, but it's kind of like, it reminds me, it's like, would I like to take a risk, a chance, or an opportunity on hanging out with a pit of crocodiles? Or a completely unknown relationship? I'm going to go with relationship, and that's kind of what you did. I get it, though. So again, when I laugh, please know that it's natural to me. I have a real personality. I'm a real person. I still have real reactions to tarot, even though I've been doing this for years. I have not been doing this so long that I'm shut down. Okay, I don't do that. I have real reactions, and I feel that people benefit from them. And then there's some folks who find it incredibly annoying when I laugh. And just to let you know, it's nothing personal. It's how I'm experiencing this. So that, and I have an extremely vivid imagination, and that works well for me given my background. But as I'm saying these things, I can see it and I can envision it, and I share it with you just to give you something to work with to help anchor the reading. Okay, sometimes they can be extremely vague. I know that. I'm aware. So I give you a little bit of story, and it helps anchor the thing. Okay? But Knight of Pentacles. But going back to it, when I'm laughing, I'm not laughing at you, ever. It's in the spirit of the thing. Knight of Pentacles. Excuse me, Three of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, the High Priestess. Oh, it's like, that's so much better. Yes, I'd rather start this thing over here. So you're showing me that classic Earthian energy. I'm going to start something. And again, once more, you already showed me what it is that you were more interested in investing in, that you say probably has a better payout. Is that relationship. And I see you start to put something together right here. It's at the early stages. I can barely see it, but it's right there. And you're like, I'm so glad I listened to me. Yes, trust that intuition, honey. Back here was instinct. It was a gut reaction. Over here, this is the intuitive self. So over here, you're allowing yourself to be led by your intuition, which is great. And then I see you right here, right here. It's so tentative, but then you start to create something with somebody somewhere. So yeah, you're making good on the Ace of Pentacles energy. You made a good call. I'm glad you didn't opt in for this. Actually, I'm quite relieved. To be honest with you, I can't shake that bad sales job energy. Make a decision. Make it now. It's a little too dressed up for me. On the enthusiasm mixed with pressure, this is not good. I don't like that. Nobody likes that. If it's going to be that good of a feeling, it needs to be natural and organic. It shouldn't be a convincing thing. I shouldn't have to convince you about how happy you're going to be. Something like that. No, that's no good. It needs to be natural. It's either felt or it's not. It's either experienced that way right away or it's not. Don't force it, right? Three of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, the High Priestess. So I'm so glad you're listening to yourself right here. I'm going to tell you what I've been telling you for the past couple of readings. I think it was yours in March. But you're not the only one now. Other people are showing me this month as well. Okay. Oh, I didn't think yours was over 15. Okay. Yeah, soulmate for some of you, yes. You're on that journey. You're on that path. You're interested in finding, I wouldn't say soulmate. I would amend that to soul bond. But hey, I didn't make these. Yeah, soulmate says we can have many soul bonds, but they arrive in many different ways. Family, friends, but for some of you, this is more about the personal. connection, right? Yeah, you're interested in finding your soul bond, and you'd rather make space for that than whatever this is. Okay. Self-care energy. Yes, listen to yourself, please, and be mindful of your energy and how it's being spent. Over here, you see it being spent in a poor way, a negative way, a futile way that could actually possibly cause you harm if you engage with this. So, self-care is listening to yourself, loving yourself, being kind to yourself, and moving in the direction that is correct for you. Well done. Good job. One letter, G. We have the medallion of Cancer, as well as Scorpio and Virgo. You might have any of these very strong placements in your chart, could be connected to the seasons, might be important to you. Specifically, we have the Lotus Flower of Scorpio and the Book of Wisdom of Virgo. Okay, you guys, I do hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Virgo, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Virgo. The situation, 3 cups. How do you feel about that? Queen of Wands. To consider. The Emperor. Outcome, Knight of Swords. Act in empowerment from your own best interest. Be forward with it. Be honest with it. You'll be okay. 3 cups, the situation. To connect, reconnect, up to you. Could be new. Could be recurring. It's up to you. It seems to be happening now. How do you feel about it? Kind of turned on, actually, Christina, Queen of Wands. The energy's up, the anticipation's up, confidence is up, attraction's up, passion's up, intrigue, all that stuff. It's there. To consider the Emperor, empowerment. Act from an empowered space, you'll be okay. Know what it is that you believe in and be prepared to stand behind it. And Knight of Swords. Be clear. Just be clear. Just be clear what we want, intense expectations, how we're going to conduct ourselves. So I know that there is enthusiasm here running around and emotional prospects and possibly sexual prospects running around, but we must task ourselves with being firm. And speaking our mind and being prepared to follow up on those thoughts with our actions. That's all. So long as we're in alignment, we'll be okay. All right. Let's see that 3 cups, please. The Tower, 5 of Wands, 4 of Cups. Yeah. Tower, 5 of Wands, 4 of Cups. We don't want to feed into anything that's incorrect or false, lest it blow up in our faces. So, here's the thing. We can prevent that, Tower, by knowing why we're participating in this. So, let's not connect to this for any unnecessary, unwarranted expectations. So have manageable expectations. That's all. I know it feels good, but don't participate in anything that shouldn't happen. Or it's a waste of time, or you understand that perhaps this connection, whatever it is being largely brought together, held together by reasons of interest or chemistry or passion. Yeah, because it's kind of like saying, I connect to this for the wrong reasons. It could fuck things up. 5 1 4 is so unnecessary. Yeah. Queen of Wands. You find it attractive. But that doesn't mean you have to interact with it for reasons of passion, right? You don't have to. You might find it's not worth all that. It's not worth the fuss, especially if it could lead you down a road that, frankly, isn't to your benefit. And that might be why I see your energy deliberately kind of toughen up. Get firmer over there. It's like, you know what? I enjoy connecting to you, but being connected to you in some way or another could have very poor consequences, and I don't know that I want to deal with that. Right? Like I said, that's a preventable tower. Queen of Wands, Two of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, Page of Swords. Yeah, it's kind of like you're looking at the situation and it looks so small at the end of the day. When you pull back the lens, it looks like something that honestly wouldn't retain your attention for very long, and you know it. I think what you're showing me is that spark that when you're connecting to somebody and it feels interesting and it's new and it's exploratory and it's kind of spontaneous and it's happening in the moment, planned or not. The thing is, it's happening at the energetic and or chemistry-based level, I suppose you could say. Something's happening, something's stirring the pot, but you're like, well, this is fun. But when you kind of go within and you do an assessment check, it's like, but too much fun with the wrong person? Oh, no. Yeah, and that's what you're afraid of. It's like, if I connect to this too often for the wrong reasons, it'll blow up in my face. And not necessarily in an attractive, kinky, sexy, fun way, right? No, not at all. That can be prevented. And you look at it, it's like, I'm just having a surface level reaction with the Queen of Wands. It's attraction, it's passionate, yeah. But honestly, you can't see it going anywhere. Page of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, Two of Swords. You're like, I don't even know that there'd be much of a point. Yeah. So this all seems to be happening now, but can easily be avoided now too. You know? It doesn't seem to have much value in it. Other than perhaps the fun and excitement that it initially affords, you know? And then after that, all you can see it as is consequences and problems, and it'll just make me unhappy if I go too far with it. It'll cause problems. Doesn't seem to have any movement or growth for potential. The Emperor, that to consider. Yeah, your empowerment. Queen of Cups, the World, Five of Pentacles. Yeah, this is not something where you want to get emotionally involved. No. Stand firm in your power and who you are. Everybody is going to feel attraction, curiosity, heat, a kind of lightheartedness with the Three of Cups from time to time. But you're a person of substance, and you're going to have a moment where your substance is going to hit you like a ton of bricks and saying, oh man, this is not worth it. If I give any more to this, it's just going to create problems. This is not someone whom I want to give my energy to emotionally or sexually. It's fun and flirty now, but something about the situation prompts the potential consequence for serious discord. It's like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it, honey. No, remain true to who you are. Stand firm in your power. Guard your heart. Okay, shut this thing down. Break with it before it has a chance to grow or develop further. Right? I'm not telling you what to do. That's just what's here. That to consider. So that's your advice category. You stand firm in your power. It's just some things aren't even worth bothering to build into. All right? It's going to be one of those things, as soon as you start it, you'll have to abandon it. All right? In other words, no point. So guard yourself, guard your interests, guard your heart. It's not worth it. Knight of Swords is the outcome. Yeah. Yes. Temperance, Queen of Pentacles, Six of Swords. Yeah, I don't see you sticking around for this. And this is based on experience, temperance. You just know. You know, based on experience and healing and putting two thoughts together. Having ever put two thoughts together, you know what this is going to amount to. It's going to amount to, it feels good right now, but it'll be a problem later. if I take it seriously. If I allow it into my life, if I open my heart or my sex to this, it'll be nothing but problems. That tells me you have experience with this before. These connections that feel fun and just thrown together, all of a sudden you just have that moment. It's like, oh, maybe I could take this a little further. And then you had that realization, like I said, your sense of empowerment hit you like a ton of bricks. Maybe we don't. You see this for what it is. It's a problem waiting to happen. I don't do this. I'm too old for this. I'm too grown for this. I'm too much of an emperor for this. It feels cute, and then it's a problem, right? It's like, I honestly ask yourself, can you see this going anywhere? You already know. You already know. I get it. There's something about it that made you feel a little lively, a little bit in the moment, and that can be fun, right? That can be very sexy, is that in the moment energy. It's like, oh, this is happening right now, let's make good on it. And that can be very attractive, those spontaneous moments. And it might be there's something about this that's provoking you, a sense of youth. But honey, no, your big Virgo energy kicked in and said, no, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. You know, it's ridiculous. No. Knight of Swords, Temperance, Queen of Pentacles, Six of Swords. Yeah, no, I see you taking your sense of self literally elsewhere. And then I see you stop connecting to this. I'm not telling you what to do. That's what's here. Okay? And there's something about this that says trap waiting to be activated. There's something about this that says if you do this or participate in this, it will be a reoccurring lesson for you, something like that. I know you've been there. I know you've done that. And I know you bought that t-shirt. And here's the thing, that t-shirt that you were experienced with, you know, after one wash, it falls apart. That is that situation. I just say step away from it. That's me. I'm looking at the energies. If I saw something more positive, not even like happily ever after, I wouldn't even need that. If I saw something positive, were you interacting with this more in a more fundamental way, meant something good and valuable to you, my advice would have been the opposite. It's like, yeah, go ahead. It might do you some good. But as it were, I can honestly say I don't see that. I see how this degrades you, takes away from you, and it makes you kind of interacting with it, be like, Virgo, why did we do that? We know better. We know that was a cheap throw. We know it was a cheap trick. Why did we do that? See what I'm saying? But I like this from a calm. That's so calm. That's wonderful. Your hand is like this, steady. Temperance, Queen of Pentacles, Six of Swords. Okay, I gotta go. I'm not going to connect with that one again. All right. There you go. Wait. Oh. Generous offer. Oh, could be somebody made a generous offer in some way. Meaningful coincidence. Yeah, this is not a coincidence. No. Some of you, FYI, although probably not because Pluto is so slow moving. But maybe some of you, Virgo is your Pluto placement, but transformation is what it's speaking to. All right. Meaningful coincidence. Like, this is not a coincidence. I've been through this before. You have. It might have been a while, but you know the feeling. The feeling of maybe low-level temptation or entering into something that you know isn't really good for you, but it felt good right there and then. It's like, I've been through this. You have. And that's not a coincidence. This is your opportunity to push back on lessons. Say, this is who I am now. You know. I know. It felt like it's too good to be true in that moment. It is. It was, yeah. It's proof of your transformation. It's not the universe trying to fuck with you, honey. It's just proof of your transformation. You're telling the universe who you aren't anymore. And that you don't need any more of those lessons and that you'd like something else, please. Okay? That's all. We have the letters N, T, 2 N's. No way. 2 N's, 2 T's. How interesting. Let me know if that applies to you. We have the medallion of Aquarius. You might have that very strong placement in the chart. Could be connecting to the season might have been important to you. We just exited Aquarius season. And the ladybug is in reverse. This isn't about an unlucky situation. It's just, it's something that was meant to show up on your timeline. And I believe in some way you're meant to recognize it, acknowledge it, and understanding if it's not for you, set it aside, don't participate. I'm not telling you what to do. It's for the Virgo whom it resonates, and it seems to me if you know, you know. Okay, Virgo honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Capricorn, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Capricorn, please. The situation, 6 of Cups. How do you feel about that? 7 of Pentacles. Okay. To consider, 9 of Swords. Outcome is the Magician. All right. Okay. Situation, a connection. Soul bond specifically. Someone whom you have unique memories and a unique emotional construct with. You couldn't confuse them with anybody else in your history. Okay. 6 of Cups. Soul bond, like I said. Now, that could be family member. It could be friend. A lot of people ID this person as an ex. It's up to you as we go along in the reading, as it resonates, as it makes sense. I just know that you two have a history, and it's real, and you have real memories. Okay? That's the situation. How do you feel about it? 7 of Pentacles. You're saying it's pretty consistent. It's constant. Sometimes it's rocky, off and on. Sometimes it's an easy path with them, and sometimes it ain't. It's grown a certain way, 7 of Pentacles, which means it's established. We know that because of the history. It's just when you look at that path between you and this person, how do you perceive it? It's fine as it is? There's no need for improvements? Or I haven't been able to grow it beyond this point. It's kind of stagnant. And it doesn't seem like that's going to change anytime soon. So thank you for showing me that. That was real. That was valid. To consider, 9 of Swords. There's some fears in your mind. The things that you think about, worry about. Yourself, this connection, them. Outcome is the Magician. Then I see you manifesting. We shall see what that is. Let's start with that 6 of Cups. What's going on? Show me that 6 of Cups, please. King of Swords, 2 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles. It still confuses you to this day. To be clear, you're saying my path is my own. Thank you for showing me that. So you still see yourself as a singular individual, someone who is responsible for themselves. That's very you. But you're saying, I am me in this connection. I know who I am. I've defined myself clearly, right? 9 is always going to beat a 7, excuse me. That's the 9 of Pentacles, surpasses the 7. Like, I'm confident in who I am. It's like, but when it comes to this connection, I'm confused. I second guess myself. And I was like, that's just not who I am. I'm not that person who's confused about what I'm doing and why. Never mind my connections. It's like, it's kind of like saying all my connections, as you understand it, serve a purpose. And so when it comes to soul bond, what is their purpose? The path has been defined up until a point, but not very well. Frankly, you've done better for yourself in and of your own right as a person. You can honestly say you know who you are. But when it comes to this connection, you're saying it's still fuzzy, but it's had so much time to be defined. This person, why are they in my life? Why am I still feeling compelled to be connected to them emotionally, spiritually, etc., when I know who I am? I'm not that person who's confused by my connections. And I understand you when you say that. I do. I understand that earthian element. Maybe it's because Capricorn is my midheaven. It's the only earth I have in that chart. I don't mean the houses. I mean the birth chart. So, I understand you. Connections, I get that. They need to serve a purpose. Either in terms of real emotional value that I can claim, or real serviceable value, in other words, 3D. Right? It's like when it comes to this connection, it confuses me a lot. And I know you don't like to be confused. I think that's why that person is your soul bond. They represent a lesson for you. Let's see that Seven of Pentacles, please. There it is again. More confusion. Eight of Wands, Seven of Wands, Page of Pentacles, honey. Honey, you know. Eight of Swords, Seven of Wands, Page of Pentacles. Yeah, this connection frustrates you infinitely. Like, why is it in my life? Well, I'm looking at you. You know, it doesn't have to be in your life. You're showing me stagnation at pretty high levels here. It hasn't changed in a long time. And you're still questioning what their purpose is in your life. You know who you are. And if you still don't understand why that person's connected to you, then maybe you step away from the connection for a bit. I see you demanding answers that aren't there. People give themselves away in language, and I don't just mean in comments, I mean emails and back when I was practicing. Not tarot privately, just as a counselor. People will often answer their own questions, but they're completely oblivious. And that's the Seven of Swords in the way, the Eight of Swords in the way, the Nine of Swords in the way. Here's what this might look like if I was listening to you. You know, I've been connected to them for 5 years, and I still don't know how they feel. I just want to know how they feel. Listen. Did you hear it? I hear that all the time. I still do. Oh, I've been a professional since, and by that I mean actively using my degree since 2008. Language doesn't change. It sounds like that in some way. I've been waiting 3 years for an apology. I want to know that they're sorry. Does it sound like they're sorry? You're saying, I've known them for years and I still don't understand the purpose. Why are we connected? You still don't know, and you have a growing sense of resentment, anger. I just tried to combine those words. Oh, honey. You already told me who you are and how this person, being connected to them, confuses you. Are they a friend? Are they more? You would know by now. Nine of Swords. To consider. The Wheel of Fortune, Ten of Cups, Queen of Cups. That's what I'm saying. A lot of time has passed. I say that. You showed me the 3D, and now you're showing me the passage of time in a comprehensive way, and it's still the same subject stresses you out. It's almost like you're showing me how I understand they're in my life. I would like to know that. That way I could feel more secure in my feelings towards them. Are they meant to be in my life in a more comprehensive way? Ten of Cups, Queen of Cups. I would like to include them. Do they want to be included? I would like to include them in my inner circle, family, friends, as somebody I can count on. You're still waiting for that. Proof that you can count on them for reasons of love and support in the greater scheme of things that is your Ten of Cups. It seems to me after all this time, you would know if they fit in there because they would be there. I know you know this person, you go way back, but can you count on them in present day? Are they in your life present day in a consistent way? Or are you still frustrated by the same connection over and over again? Why don't they make sense in my life? Because they don't. If they wanted to make sense in your life, they would make sense in your life. That's it. The Magician is in the outcome. They don't seem to fit, but I think they know that. You accepting it. You accepting that. I just want to know if I can count on them emotionally for support. Have you been able to these past several years? You have your answer. So. You. Let's talk about you. You keep pointing out them or they as the reason for your current woes. I'm telling you, whoever that is or whatever that connection means to you has already given you an answer. It's just you accepting it, allowing yourself to accept it. They don't want to be part of a larger structure. They don't want to show up consistently for reasons of love and support. I know that right here. I know that here. You're saying, I know what I can do. Yes, you know what you can do. And they have proven to you repeatedly what they can do, or rather what they're willing to do and willing not to do. That's it. Over here, the Magician. Oh, finally your energy shifts. It'll be subtle at first. But the Magician there, you're going to start getting comfortable with asking for something. You do want love. You do. You want to experience it more fully in a more comprehensive way. Someone who actually isn't afraid to get a big old drink off that cup and share theirs in turn. Okay? You're going to stop seeking that source of love from this connection. They'll always be with you in some way, in your heart and your mind, okay, in your memory. But you're going to stop seeking them out for this purpose right here. And understand it's better shifted elsewhere. However, that's still cooking. It's under the moon. You, specifically, honey, are under the moon. You will emerge on the other side by this season. Okay. It's like, oh. So let's talk about that. Just wanting confirmation that this is your person. You don't need the tarot lady to tell you. Everything you need to know is right here in your two's history. Recent history, long-term history. Okay? If they wanted the assignment of the full love cup, you would know, and you wouldn't be questioning it anymore. So here's the thing. I have no problem when people choose to wait for the right love. I do have a problem when people choose to wait for love for the wrong person, because there shouldn't be waiting involved. It either is or it isn't. It's either there or it's not. You cannot work with what you do not have. And you're saying, you know what you have for years. You know what you bring to the table. You're still wondering when the hell they're going to show up. That is your answer. Okay? You want to manifest love that you can actually share and be part of and participate gladly. But that's still being developed in the moon. You're going to shift your want or desires from this connection to something brand new, clean slate, fresh cup. Okay. And I'm happy for you, honey. I am. I'm happy for you, not because you're giving up, but because you're realizing the truth. And that's a good day for anybody. Generous offer, divine feminine. Oh, I have no doubt you're the divine feminine and you have a lot to bring. I have no doubt. Some of you desire a divine feminine who you believe has the offer within them, but I see that as you. I think you have a lot to give. I do believe you are the divine feminine, sure. And you need to practice loving yourself more. When you love yourself more, you will understand what should be returned to you. You say you know what your worth is, 3D level. You need to know what your worth is emotionally too. You say you want love, love yourself first, and you will see why this is so inadequate. Okay? Or rather, attaching your hope to it. cycles, completion. It's time to change. Transformation. All right. Just want to let you know, I think the world of you. You deserve more. But you need to know that. R-E-P. We have the medallions of Scorpio. Some of you have some very strong Scorpio in your chart. Could be connecting to. The seasons might be important to you. We have, well, the Book of Wisdom in reverse. Yeah, we're not being mindful of our lessons here. I understand. And we have the Pegasus in reverse. Something about this connection suggests it's not free to choose you or the connection or something. Okay? Lack of choice, lack of freedom. The inability to recognize that we have wings and to use them. That could be you too. When you realize that you're manifesting love, real love, and it will start to shift, you realize you have wings. I can't speak for them and neither can you. If you could have spoken for them by now, you would have, but you can't. Okay, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Scorpio, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me, Scorpio. The situation, Ace of Cups, how you feel about it, King of Pentacles. To consider, advice, manifestation. Oh, yeah. Outcome, justice. Hey, what's going on with you? The situation, my heart. Ace of Cups, our master symbol. Your heart space, how you're doing these days, how the love energies are feeling for yourself first, and then maybe, if your cup is overflowing a bit these days, maybe you want to pursue love. All right, we'll see. Take a look at your heart there. How you feel about yourself, actually. King of Pentacles, you're like, I'm good. I'm practical, I'm stable, I'm resourceful, I'm reliable. Some of you identify as a provider. Your home is established, your way of life is established, you feel pretty darn secure, anchored to yourself, and very much in tune with your self-worth, or that's the idea. Okay? To consider, advice, manifestation. What you're manifesting, and are you aware of it? What does it look like? In your heart and your spirit, what are you manifesting these days? Outcome, justice, sense of correctness, balance. Everything's going to be okay. All right. What is going on? Let's see the Ace of Cups, please. Let's see the Ace of Cups. Queen of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, and the Hermit. Oh, you've been doing some really good work for a while now. That's not recent. That goes back a ways, possibly since last year. Queen of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, the Hermit. To be clear, you have literally been working on yourself, specifically meeting your own needs, your own sense of personal identification in regards to who you are, what you're about, what you do, why you do it, self-worth in that process. Seven of Wands and the Hermit. And, you know, it's not like total isolation, but you've been keeping yourself to yourself for a while now. Being very, and I mean very mindful of your path. Walking it, building upon it, learning from it, reflecting on it, improving it, constant improvement, right? So I was saying I can do more, I can be more, but as you see fit, as you determine what your worth is, right? So you've been very busy, but mindful. Just Scorpio being mindful of Scorpio. And in so doing, your heart's gotten bigger, fuller these days. As you put all this good quality work into you, you've got the results to show for it. Yeah, your heart's feeling pretty good these days. That's wonderful. Very secure, by the way. Looking very secure, very comfortable. And self-aware. All right. Oh, King of Pentacles. The Empress is trying to reveal herself. Identifying with someone who is empowered. Okay. King of Pentacles, yeah. You feel really steady these days. Very reliable, very resourceful. But I'm happy to see that your heart is in working order. Six of Cups, the Star, King of Cups. There you go. All right. I got a soul bond here. King of Cups, the Star. We very much value this bond. Six of Cups, you and this person. You have a distinct history together. You have a unique connection, emotional and spiritual. You wouldn't confuse them for anyone else. They're very different from anyone you've known. They represent lessons. And again, that kind of intuitive ability to connect to somebody, right? Mostly felt, largely unspoken. You have a deep bond with them. They're very important to you now. And I think they have been for a long time, but they're important to you now. It's a rising star. King of Cups and King of Pentacles, I think these two get along very well. And showing me a rising importance towards each other. Seems to be coming up. The Magician, what do you want? Let's see that Magician, please. Queen of Swords, Nine of Cups, Four of Swords. Pray tell, Scorpio, what do you want? Oh, the internal question. What do I want? Queen of Swords, Nine of Cups, Four of Swords. Apparently you've had a lot of time to think about this. Four of Swords, Nine of Cups, Queen of Swords. Oh, yeah. You've had a lot of time to reflect on this very subject. What would make me happy? What's good for me? What I want to see in my life? Yeah, I hope that you have an absolute answer because you are manifesting. You are manifesting. And I see that there's something here, rather someone here that's important to you. What they represent, I don't know. Six of Cups could be anybody. Family, friends, that special person that represents a certain sweetness and nostalgia of the past, an innocence of the past, or when things were just easy between you and somebody. You know, if it's right for you and you feel that and you're at peace with it, then manifest it. If they reciprocate the signal, yeah, you two can connect to each other. I see a rising importance to this. It looks beautiful, calm, peaceful. The connection seems to suit you quite well. So if it's going to be in your life, know that you want it there. That's it. So far, yours is a walk in the park. I'm waiting for the thing. The thing. Some kind of thing. I'm waiting on the thing. You've been lovely. You've been a lovely Scorpio. You have. You've been a lovely, warm, friendly. This is what I'm doing, Scorpio. I appreciate that. Okay, this is where I'm going to say that thing that kind of pisses people off. And I don't know why, because it's either true or it's not. But is Scorpio one of your minor placements? It's a little one. You're that person. I think I'm just going to tune in my Scorpio placement. I never check it, but I feel like I'm going to check it today. Is that you? If I were to guess, gosh. I don't know. It might be somewhere way back there in your chart. Perhaps you are resonating with a Scorpio or a fellow Scorpio. Justice. But if I were to guess, I mean, we're talking classic Pluto placement. That's an offshoot, by the way. The odds of that are quite small, but still. Rising. Sure. I said the word rising several times, so that would make sense. Perhaps Scorpio rising for some of you. Scorpio North Node, possibly. All that earthy energy. Maybe Scorpio Venus. Oh, did you hear that? That was Cinnamon. She's dreaming. I have to tell you, I've had some lovely animals, pets over the years. Usually final stage animals, late adoptees. Last home, last stop. They usually were very old or had special medical conditions. So I've fostered lots of animals over the years, and Cinnamon's the first, not first, but first in a long time, from puppy raising upwards. And so my point is, I've had a lot of animals in my life, and feel blessed to have every single one of them in my home at some point, knowing I was their last carer. But I can honestly say that is the most active, dreaming pet animal I've ever had in my life. Cinnamon is a dreamer, let me tell you, and I love that. I do. So what you might have just heard was her growling in her sleep. Who knows, honey? She's either chasing a squirrel or... I have no idea. That's wild. I love that. I love that. She is such an active dreamer. Justice, Knight of Wands, the Sun, Wheel of Fortune. I don't, let me be clear. And I don't admit this often. I don't know why you're here. I'm almost tempted to say I don't know what the problem is, because by all rights you don't have one. I told you I was waiting on the thing. I still haven't seen the thing. I just know. Yeah. Now's the time. There couldn't be a better time, apparently. Justice, Knight of Wands, the Sun, Wheel of Fortune. I feel, not that you've necessarily been waiting, but patiently waiting your turn for a long time. Taking reassurance in who you are and what you're about. You made that very clear. You're very 3D oriented. Your home is a priority. You prioritize that above all else. Good. That's a value. I love when people show me their values. You take your world seriously. You've cultivated a lot. You've developed many roots. You're a good provider. You're strong-willed. You can be very firm sometimes, but it's all for the greater good, right? You're very methodical. You don't do anything you don't want to do. Another value. I respect that. I'm looking at a Scorpio. This is. I want to say this is your turn, but I don't quite know what that means to you. But that's the best way I can put it. It's your turn. It's your turn. You've been patient, you've been careful, you've been considerate. This is your turn. Right here. Outcome. The wheel of fortune is turning in your favor. The sun is shining on you. The energy is correct. You have a right to feel enthusiastic, passionate, and maybe even a little fast, and I can see that you're used to being in the slow lane. Justice, it's correct. This energy that's returning to you, now's the time. I want you to use it. Know what you're manifesting. Know what's right for you. It's okay. Whoever this is, whatever they represent to you, it's okay. It's your time. So I don't know where Scorpio is in your chart. You showed me a lot of earth forward energy. But I strongly suspect you're connecting to one. I just know it's your time. It's your turn. Okay? All it tells me is that you're used to a certain level of security every day. And this person represents in some way emotional security. It's housed in them in some way. It kind of feels like a blanket a little bit. It's emotional desire, but it's healthy. And it represents in some way your manifestation of personal wish fulfillment. It's your time. It's your turn. Whatever that means. Okay? Awesome. Okay, like I said, I didn't want to get into it. You would know, but since last autumn, you've been very quiet, doing your due diligence, keeping yourself to yourself, prioritizing whatever your priorities are. I know. Specifically, I believe since last Virgo season, which is technically the end of summer, early fall, early autumn. But at the turning of the leaves, control tactics. Okay, let's be aware of that. Yeah? Perhaps some of you are a little too disciplined on yourselves. But yeah, some of you have been doing some deep work on reflecting and healing. And you needed to gain new perspective about how perhaps regimented you are, self-imposed discipline. Sometimes it keeps us regulated and in check and safe, and sometimes we're imposing things on ourselves that ultimately hurt us. We needed a perspective sometimes on what we're doing and why we're doing it. I see that you have a firm but gentle disposition. I can also see where perhaps sometimes you had to learn to stop being so hard on yourself. Okay? Anything else, please? And practice more self-care. Remember, discipline is a form of self-care until it works against you. Remember that. Okay? How can I put this? Here I'm seeing new perspective on this idea of self-control, discipline, control tactics to the self specifically versus self-care. How do you know the difference? Discipline is a form of self-love. You're absolutely right. When does it become a problem? When it's harmful? Think of it this way. Every now and again, you need a mental health day. Every now and again, you just don't fucking want to. And you need to be okay with that. Stop forcing yourself to do this, that, and the other, even if it's for a day. Just don't make a habit out of it. Know the difference between a healthy discipline and unhealthy. And you've been doing self-care, and I love that you are loving yourself better and more considerate of yourself and your needs. I'm just telling you it's your time. This is a form of self-care too. That's your person. I want you to connect to your person. Okay? Whomever the hell that is. The divine feminine. Some of you identify your person as being the divine feminine, or you identify as being the divine feminine. Someone who is productive, highly productive, well thought of, empowered, disciplined, yes, of course, but also unconditional love and perhaps a maternal instinct. Okay. We have letters K and 2 L's. We have, yep. Double Scorpio, so the lotus flower as well as the snowflake. The lotus flower, of course, associated with Scorpio, the beautiful unfolding. At first, it doesn't make sense when it's wound up like this, but when it releases, it does. And it's kind of a beautiful sort of chaotic pattern, the lotus flower. It's gorgeous. If you've never looked at one deeply, look at one. And then the snowflake, time of transformation, also Scorpio. So I'm thinking some of you, yeah. I think you're connecting too, yes, as your person, but I also think you might have a drop or two uniquely placed Scorpio attributes in there somewhere in your chart. Okay? But hey, as you resonate, you might be Scorpio dominant throughout, honey. All right, we have the medallion of Aquarius again. Could have some very strong placements in your chart connecting to. This season might be important to you. We just exited Aquarius season not too long ago. Owl in reverse and the wolf in reverse, you know, there's something here we didn't have perspective on for a long time. I think it strongly relates to this up here. We couldn't see it, but I think you can now. But we kept ourselves to ourselves. We weren't pursuing anything for a long time with the wolf. Okay. Just trying to mind ourselves. I think you have new perspective and a new reason to open up. Scorpio, honey. Not new. That's pre-existing. I'm going to be honest with you. It's pre-existing, but it's beautiful. I'm not going to contest it. You don't. You seem to love it for the right reasons. Care about it for the right reasons. It's being returned to you. It's time. All right. I hope this helped. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Pisces, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me, Pisces. Oh, of course, honey. I'm sorry. I get so entranced sometimes. Happy birthday. Yay. It's hard to believe it. It's, gosh, already at the start of March. Oh my goodness. Pisces season in my mind just started like yesterday, and it was the 18th. What? Anyway, happy birthday. What is going on? Show me, Pisces. The situation, King of Swords. Oh, you got your hard hat on today. How you feel about it? Judgment. Ooh, feeling very official. That's what you're telling me. That to consider, Three of Swords. Oh, yeah. Outcome is the Knight of Cups. Yeah, it's your choice. It's your choice to show this love. And it may not be romantic, guys. Any sort of empathy, sympathy, any sort of outpouring of love, be it large or moderate, whatever, it's your choice. Okay? It is. It's literally your choice. Okay? So King of Swords, that's the situation. You got your hard hat on. Ooh. Pisces just got tough right there. It's like I'm looking at this critically, Christina. I'm taking it super serial. And you are. You're taking it very seriously. Obviously, I got that super serial from South Park. I used to say it all the time when I first heard it. Anyway, you're taking this very seriously. It's got your utmost attention, focus, information. You're gathering information. You're gathering intel. You're looking. You're being critical. How you feel about all this judgment. In some way, you acknowledge that this is your time to look at a serious situation that involves lessons, insight. I've been through this before. I'm ready. I'm prepared. I've done my studying. I'm ready to take that test. Spirit. Now, I don't like using the word test, but you are so mentally focused on this. It's almost like you were waiting for this day, this judgment, this delivery. I'm prepared. I'm ready. I've done my learning. I've had my insights. I can do this. And you can do this. You can handle this. You got this. You got this. You can make this judgment call. It's your opportunity here to demonstrate what you know. And that if you have done any changing, you can indicate your change here. Okay? Not just to yourself, but to the universe and anyone else who might be in this situation, to indicate your growth, your change, your insight, your wisdom, your reflection. You see what I'm saying? So this is your opportunity. All right, that to consider. Advice, Three of Swords. Oh, no. I know you have pre-existing pain. I know you have pre-existing heartbreak, and that's going to influence you. Okay? So keep that into consideration. And the outcome, Knight of Cups, like I said. First of all, I'm seeing emotional relief for you. So I know you're happy with what you said or did or decided. But also, yeah, it's a choice. How you express yourself from this point forward to this situation or connection, it's up to you. Okay? You can choose to listen, to be open, to be vulnerable, to show empathy. I don't know. You might move your cup in a different direction altogether. I do know that's your court card direct. But it's nice to see you relax and you feel better about the whole thing. All right? Let's see that King of Swords, please. Let's see that King of Swords. You look very keen. Very keen to demonstrate your knowledge and, well, whatever it is that you need to demonstrate. Two of Wands. I got you. Oh, gosh, you are. Wheel of Fortune Strength. Look at you. Gosh, you've been waiting for this day. Now, it's not like, don't get me wrong, I could see justice, but it's not like justice. I definitely saw vindication for a couple of folks. It was very distinct. You can't miss that flavor. For you, it's like, I've been waiting for this. I'm ready. Teacher, I'm ready to take that exam. And teacher is universe, spirit, however you want to do it. And you are so amped up. You're ready. You've been waiting for this day, honey. This is yours. Your strength. You're going to deliver your thoughts. You're going to deliver your actions right there in the present. It's coming up for you. Look at that delivery. Look at that delivery. It's so dignified, full of strength, will, discipline. Look at that. It's admirable. Very admirable. You know what's interesting? A lot of people would interpret that as a cold delivery. I don't. This is coming from a warmth of your will, knowing what's right for you. No. It's different. This is your opportunity to exercise strength, but coming from a place of warmth and a firmness of will. I like this. It's so dignified. It's not cold at all. That's a little different. Let's see, Judgment. Oh yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. A couple of days, maybe a week. But you already know. This is something you've given a lot of thought about. It's just I see the actual delivery of it now. That's all. Well, that's all. That's everything. Judgment. Four of Wands, Seven of Cups, and the Hermit. Oh, wow. Really? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Let's see that Three of Swords real quick. I'll get back to that. Hold on. I gotta see your Three of Swords then. Oh, honey, that's impressive. I gotta see that Three of Swords. Oh my. Ten of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, King of Swords. Oh wow. Yeah. Wow. So you are ready. Look at that. Look at that. Four of Wands, Seven of Cups, the Hermit. Oh yes. Yes. You've made a decision, all right. Yeah, you're ready to approach this idea of relationships again. It's done so beautifully. It's so beautiful. Four of Wands, Seven of Cups, the Hermit is saying you've healed. That you're ready. And this isn't just a little bit of healing. Oh, I took some time off and I thought about things. And no, this is some deep reflection that you have been doing for some time. Seven of Cups, Four of Wands. It's a deeply personal. That tells me. Let me. Can I? This is me guessing, but given the intensity of this decision and that you're ready to answer this question, that you're willing to try for relationships again, be open to them again. Up until a certain point in your timeline, did you think you were going to swear off relationships? That you'd never have another one again? And you meant it, like you really, really meant it, however long ago. You took yourself seriously, and the universe took you seriously too. So it's been a while. And now you're saying, oh no, I'm ready to make a different choice. I've given this a lot of thought. I understand what a healthy relationship should be. I understand how to be open. I want this. This is a good thing. I'm choosing this. It's right for me now. Maybe it wasn't a year ago. Maybe it wasn't 10 years ago, but it is now. And I see that. I want this. I believe inherently good relationships are a good thing. Healthy relationships are healthy. And I want one. I want one of my own. And I want to be open to one. That to consider. It's kind of like saying King of Swords. And this is one of the things that's been on your mind. The authenticity of an offer. Ace of Pentacles. You're saying you know what it is to have your best offer rejected and not taken seriously. You're saying that was very painful. Very painful. I know it was. Ten of Swords, Three of Swords. You know what it's like to have your best offer rejected, not taken seriously, not being invested in. And that hurts, honey. That's so painful, especially when it shows up in the 3D. You're taking it super serious. It's like, that's my best offer. And it's being rejected. And I think I'm looking at the past, where you came from, and why you might have sworn off relationships for a long time. You know what it is to have your best rejected. And so this is what you've learned. King of Swords here twice. You've been reflecting on this. Relationships are a good thing with the right person. The right offer for the right person at the right time. There was nothing wrong with my offer. It's who I was trying to give it to, and I see that now. What I wanted was real. And that doesn't make me wrong. It doesn't make me wrong. It's just who I was trying to give it to in the past was wrong. That's all. They failed to appreciate my best. And that is not my fault. That's right. So that's why we have to be selective. Okay? Make sure whoever you're offering your best to deserves it. Not because you're swept away by their beauty or your two's passion, but because they have something equally substantial to give you too. In other words, the law of attraction. What you see in yourself, make sure you can see it in someone else before we start exchanging those big offers, you know? But yeah, and the reason I went wow is because to you, this is a huge decision. You want to open up again to relationships and in love, and you are ready, it seems, to express yourself. Knight of Cups is in the outcome. You have made a big old decision there. And it is warm, and it is strong. Knight of Cups. Justice, that's right. 7 of Wands, 3 Cups, that's right. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Oh my God, am I getting back together with my ex? It seems to me, no. Otherwise, we wouldn't have that little conversation about be mindful of who you give your best to in future. Because the wrong person is not going to be qualified for what you have to offer. Right? So this is what we had to learn over time. And you're ready. You're ready. And the reason why I'm saying you're ready to take this test is because you have options available to you sooner rather than later. And you're ready. You're ready to start screening some candidates, if you will. I don't mean to be crude. I'm just saying options are available to you. You are relationship oriented, but it's not pre-existing. No. No. Over here, I see you gladly opening your heart. I see you connecting because it feels good. Justice, correct. It's your time. And the balance is right. 7 of Wands. There you go. Boundaries. Selectivity. Practicing selectivity. Who gets Pisces' heart? Who do you share your feelings with? 3 Cups. Yeah. You have options. And you're exercising your options. But I have to insist. Looking at you clarified now. Oh, maybe a year ago or so, you thought you'd never be in one again. You really believed that. And you lived that life for a long time. And at some point, you started to switch your energy, you started to switch your thinking, and now you're saying you're ready. You're ready to take that test. And I'm glad it's right on time, too, because judgment, you have options before you. And this is where you're going to need to apply your lessons. Lessons learned. Once more, there was nothing wrong with your offer. It's whom you were trying to give it to. So the next time you open up, make sure it's reciprocated, like for like. Okay? I see people make offers all the time to the person they're crazy about, passion-wise, but there's not much else in terms of substance. I see people make offers, their biggest offers, to these outstanding forms of beauty. But again, it's not reciprocated. Chemistry, beauty, this does not guarantee a person, a whole person, that's on board and in alignment with themselves. None whatsoever. We're just seeing but one fragment of who they are, and we're putting all our faith into that. No. You're a whole person. So the next time you offer your best, make sure you have an idea of who the hell you're giving it to. That's correct. And that they've been sharing with you like for like the whole time. Okay? But yes, you have some options, my friend. It's just the way it's presented is so powerful, so beautiful, so sweeping. And you're like, I don't want to miss it. I don't want to miss this time in my life. In some way, you know it's there. You sense it, you feel it, and you wanted to be ready for it. So no. It's not you taking anyone back from the past. No. So you're saying, I'm ready. I'm ready to get back out there. But this time, I'm smarter. I'm wiser. I've learned what I needed to learn. I want you to go out there and enjoy yourself this Pisces season. See what it's all about. Big success, generous offer. You have so much attached to you. Oh my gosh, honey. It just goes to show you can be that person that has everything going on for you. But if you try to give your best to the wrong person, it ends up in pain and rejection. You know, so honey, if you're all that in a bag of chips, you need to know that. Figure it out. Hopefully you have done. But figure it out. You've got so much to offer. So whomever it is you're connecting to, make sure they get you, that they see you as a whole person, right? Oh my gosh. It guarded, closed off resistance. I know. I don't blame you. I saw that. New perspective, the divine feminine. You have a new perspective on the Divine Feminine. So if you're seeking the Divine Feminine, you have much stronger ideas of what they should be, like the Empress. Okay. Someone who is productive and appreciates hard work and real value. Someone who knows their own worth before they start trying to trade their worth with somebody else. Okay. We've had some strong perspective, but up until that point, you were closed off and guarded. And some of you, honestly looking at you, you might be that person that identifies that you were used for your resources or your income in the past, and that your sense of attraction with a mate was strongly identified with how much money you had in your wallet. Again, that kind of thing can attract the wrong people. And we try to make those serious offers to the wrong people, it still ends up in pain. So that's why even why people who are associated with success can still feel like a failure in their personal lives is for reasons like this. Okay? So make sure law of attraction, quality for quality, like for like. All right? Okay. We have the letters B and A. We have the medallions of Virgo, Sag, and Aries. Double Sagittarius. You might have any of these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to, or their seasons might be important to you. Obviously, Aries season is next, but from what I'm seeing for you, it's right around the corner. But yeah, Aries season could qualify. We have the Wolf in reverse. We were not trying to pursue or feel like we were being pursued for a long time. We weren't trying to defend any territory. Okay, anything like that. But I do see you out and about and pursuing now. Or soon enough. Pisces, honey, I do hope this helped you. I do. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Cancer, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Cancer, please. The situation, Nine of Wands. Oh, how do you feel about that? Temperance. Okay. All right, respect. To consider, Six of Cups. Outcome is the Three of Cups. All right, I got to. Let's breathe through the tension. Okay, we're upset. We're angry. We're pissed off. We're chafing. We're going to cool things down, Temperance. I'm not telling you. The Cancer I'm looking at, you've already taken it upon yourself to do these very things. You're in the process of it right now. That to be said, if you're still angry with your person, okay, yeah, you're working on it. You're working on it, or you're trying to work through it. It's a process. In some of you, it represents an outstanding process with Temperance. Temperance equals time. It's taken us a while to stop being mad at a person. Little chafy there. Little chafy chafe. Tension. Yeah. Walls. Defensiveness. Ooh. Anger. Temperance. Bring it down. And that's a process, like I said. And you've made a lot of progress. So don't discount that. You have. You've cooled your jets considerably. To consider, Six of Cups. Your advice, that's soul bond. Something about the connection in and of itself we should look at. Outcome is Three Cups. I'm not telling you. It's there. This is what I do. That's the card. I tell you what the card is. I tell you its placement, a little bit about it, and then I fuck off. Okay? So you don't have to do anything. I'm just saying, it's there. It's like the weather report. It can change. The energy changes. Some of you will, others of you won't. Either way, at the end of the day, I will still have fucked off. Okay? Now, I say that because people get really, how dare you? I will never, Okay, that's you. That's you. I just work here. All right. Nine of Wands. Tarot does not dictate action, you do. But, given what I've seen here, are we surprised? Are we surprised, though? Nine of Wands. Go ahead. Go ahead. Tell me. Tell me how they pissed you off. That's fine. Come on. It's all right. It's fine. This is a safe space. You can tell me. This is your time to tell me your grievances. All right? The thing is, we're here, though, to work through them. So what's up? What's going on? King of Cups. Queen of Cups. The High Priestess. You just pulled a matching sweet mate with a High Priestess. Underneath it all, underneath the blistering, the chafing, the anger, the frustration, and the walls, underneath all that Cancer, is a phenomenal amount of love. You're in tune with it. You're in tune with that feeling to this day. You still are. And to some extent, you strongly suspect they are too. Not just because I believe in, well, you seem to know that they're water-oriented, but you both seem to have that intuitive feel, naturally. King, Queen of Cups, and the High Priestess. Yeah, so underneath all that frustration and the anger, there's a lot of love. It's like you can feel it, and there's a good chance they can too. And we love each other, these two. You really do, though. But you're quiet about it, and let me guess, so are they. High Priestess has a tendency to be annoyingly quiet. But also accurate. Okay. Temperance. Goodness me, there's a lot of love there for these two. All right. Temperance. You could have shown me what caused it. You could have shown me what went down, but you said, yeah, well, despite the anger and frustration and the walls, I love them. What are you going to do? Say I love you? Temperance. Death. So, 9 of Wands. Okay. 9 of Wands, 9 of Wands, Knight of Wands. So we have done some healing here. Quite a bit, actually. Quite a bit. It tells me you've made a lot of good use of your time apart. Death, 9 of Wands. Wow, that's beautiful. 9 of Wands. Can you believe that on the other side of that transformation, after all that anger, there's still enthusiasm, there's still hope, there's still passion. The love you were in tune with this whole time, that never changed. That never budged. What budged here, what changed, was that 9 of Wands, that wall. I'm going to say it eroded, honey. It got obliterated somewhere over time. That wall obliterated. I couldn't tell you when. You probably couldn't tell me either. You probably couldn't give me a date when that 9 of Wands stopped being a 9 of Wands. And it became more of a sensation of forward movement, positivity, hope, enthusiasm, yeah, all the good stuff. You couldn't tell me. I don't think you could. It was somewhere along the healing journey. This is something I talk about usually more so in context to the fire signs, to let them know a little bit more about their process. It's something here that you've experienced, so I'll go ahead and point it out. These are both fire. This one negative, this one positive. Okay? And that can often speak to mixed emotions. Of course. And then Death says, oh, one's going to win. One's got to win. One's going to win. We already saw how the 9 of Wands was pre-existing. So, we transformed our negative into something positive. One absolutely took over. And that was all thanks to Temperance, which is also fire. It's kind of like the compromise between all the fire energies. Understanding insight, understanding these difficult feelings, consolidating them, figuring them out. That's exactly what you did. You can honestly say the anger, the frustration, maybe even hate. I don't know if it went that far. But you don't recognize that anymore. You have, I can honestly say, really nothing but good feeling towards this person. Okay? Okay. Look at you. Look at you. But still silent. At least at this time. 6 of Cups, I believe. Well, for now. Six of Cups, that to consider the connection, something about the connection. What about it? Besides that you two are soul bonds and you go way back and you have the memories, the unique memories. What? I got glimpses of it. It's when I tune into the language, especially when it's sentences, it's broken. One word sentences are usually a lot easier. We've pots of coffee. We've had so much coffee. We've had pots of coffee together, something like that. Because typically, I haven't said this in a long time, but exchanging cups. So the idea is you try mine, I'll try yours. Like that's how closely acquainted you two were, is that you try each other's things to see if you have the same experiences. Something like that. It's something a Six of Cups would do. Share plates, share cups. Anyways, like you two have had so much coffee together. You drank dozens of pots of coffee or something like that, and thousands of pots. It's exaggerated, but it's like, yeah, we've exchanged memories over many a cup. Anyway, that's a specific impression. It may or may not resonate. It's okay if it doesn't. Okay. Four of Wands, Two of Cups, Two of Swords. There's unnecessary confusion. There was a relationship there this whole time, but it was never fully addressed. There was always this lingering doubt, did we feel the same? The answer was yes, but it took separation to appreciate it. That happens a lot. I know. It's maddening. Why do we have to separate to figure this shit out after the fact? Yeah. Because usually space is needed to understand ourselves better. And when we understand ourselves better, we understand the connection better. I hate to be cynical and say that's life, but that's life. It happens. Sometimes, honey, very rarely do we get a hole in one where it's like we meet that person, we know who they are instantly, we fall in love, we retain that love, we work hard to maintain that love, in which case it stops being in love and it gravitates towards true love, which is its more fuller, comprehensive state. And we keep that going and it never breaks because we know what we have the first time without screw-ups or fuck-ups, right? Oh, yeah. All right. But that's so rare. It's just so rare. But it's part of your two's history. We're two people here. Two people. This is equal. Let me point. This is tarot math right here. Look at this. 6, 4, 2, 2. Equal. You were both equally confused. The same thing. Is this the real relationship? Do we feel the same way? You both struggled with this at the same time experiencing the connection. Yeah. It was there. Is there something more between us? Yeah, there was. Was it real? Yes, it was. Somebody had the same question earlier. I don't remember who. I want to say it's from readings earlier this week. But struggling with that question, was it the same? Yes, it was. You both grappled with the same question at the same time. So consider that. It wasn't just you alone in that struggle, them too. You both experienced the struggle at the same time, but you probably didn't really talk about it. You know, not very well. Gosh, you two have such a strong emotional depth, but at the same time you're connecting to them. Maybe both of you were slightly convinced or doubted that it did go to deep places, but it did. Even while you were sitting across them having cup after endless fucking cup of coffee, you were still doubting if you were having the same experience, but you were. Aye, 3 of Cups. You two are a lot alike. Yeah. And even if you don't look alike on the outside, it's on the inside. The same damn thing. That's real mirroring. It's just neither one of you was aware of it. Doubts, guys. Doubts of the mind. I cannot begin to undermine how much that fucks things up. The 2 of Swords. It doesn't seem like a big deal until it is. 2 of Cups. 2 of Swords leads to a 3. And then maybe we can stop things before they get out of hand and go into a 4. But no, we go into a 5, a 6, a 7, an 8, and 9, and 10, and we can't take it anymore. A little bit of doubt goes a long way. Okay. It sucks to know that you two were sitting across from each other, face to face, doubting the same thing at the same time, but feeling the same feelings at the same time. Only you would give me a reading like this, Cancer, honey. 3 Cups is in the outcome. Okay. 10 of Swords. King of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. I'm not going to say it's easy. I'm not. I would be lying. It's a choice. And I see 2 people in there. They have the opportunity to reconnect even though it's not easy. I have to want to. And if you're looking to tarot for easy answers, I'm not the reader for you. I'm really not. Real tarot is real life. That added up, you know, all that doubt. Now, do you seem to be more or less at peace with the connection in present day? It looks like you did the work for yourself first, which is beautiful. I'd always recommend that anyway. Everything begins with the self. So you buried the hatchet, I believe, with this connection over a period of time. You're at peace with it. And you can honestly say you deeply care about them, possibly deeply love them. And you can honestly say you're not angry anymore. I believe. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. That's just what's here. You're not angry anymore. That which to consider. What you experienced, they did too. So seeing 2 people potentially, tentatively reconnect again, and it's not easy, is that a reasonable outcome? But still manageable. You don't have to. Yeah, but it might be nice to share another cup of coffee. Even if it's coffee cup number 1032. I'm not, I don't know. I don't know. That must have been a lot. There's more to it than that. Wine, whatever it was, I don't know what you 2 shared. But it was a lot of it. We have vivid dreams. Oh, sure. Oh, yeah. Vivid dreams about them. And speak your truth. As is correct for you, always. Speak your truth. I know you got it. You got lots of truths in there. But they were silent truths. I know it's a water sign. Saw that right away. Yeah, it's Ace of Cups. Cancer's you. Scorpio, Pisces. We're also in Pisces season right now. So, speak your truth. I'm not saying you have to, and I didn't say it'd be easy. Like I said, you don't watch my shit if you want an easy reading. Okay, this is what I've been telling people, because it's, you know, it's in reflection of that common phrase I hear all the time. It's salty this, salty that. Let me tell you something about salt. I know what you're used to saying. If you watch me, that means you watch other channels, and that's cool. I want you to gain perspective. All right? But after a while, you get a feel for the sugary readers. Okay? And after a while, you get tired of all that sugar. Oh, they're going to come back around. You won't have to do nothing. You won't have to lift a finger. You won't have to do any real work. It'll be super easy. They'll give you all the apologies. Commit. By the way, that long-lost relative you never heard from, they're going to leave you $1 million. Expect that any day. You see how it adds up. And you get sugar, and I call it, like spiritual diabetes. So you come here for the salt. Real tarot is real life. Please do not undermine what you've experienced here. Don't take it for granted. You did some beautiful work in and of your own right. You do the work that I want everybody to do. Everything begins with the self, and you fucking did it. You made your peace with this on your own way, in your own time, on your own terms. You didn't have to. You did it yourself. It took time, but you did a beautiful job. You can honestly say you're at peace with this connection. You can leave it there if you want to. You can leave it there. It's just something new for consider. For you to consider. That was my stammer. What you experienced, they did too. That's not easy for either one of you to reconnect over. That doesn't mean it's wrong. Just means it's been a while. Okay? I want to tell you if you got something to say, say it, but that sounds pushy. I don't want to be pushy. But there's something in there. X, D, Z, and W. We have the medallion of Leo. You might have some very strong Leo in your chart. Could be connecting to the seasons might be important to you. Excuse me. And then the crescent moon. By the light of the next crescent moon, perhaps there's some activity around this. Cancer, yours is one of the more open-ended readings today. That's not bad. Not at all. But then you had a huge background of spiritual and emotional work that you've already done. I thought I was going to have to work you through it. No, you'd actually done most of it. Congratulations to you, though. That's beautiful. I do hope this helped you. And that's why I'm here. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. There's Thinna Baby.